Good afternoon, Vietnam, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. We got the suit on, and we've got 45 minutes. We've got 45 minutes. I can't. I am feeling good. I'm feeling very good. However, I'm a little bit nervous. A little bit nervous right now because we're right here. You know, we're so close to the end. We're so close to hopefully what is going to be the day of reckoning. That's what we're hoping for, obviously. So yeah, there's no new news. There's a couple new. I tweeted. I responded to Simon earlier. Again, I ended it with. Let's see if I can find it here. Well, okay. Yeah, let me go to my profile here. Yes, sir. We got the suit on. Yes, exactly. I told him. Okay. Well. Yeah. Here. This is what I thought I wasn't gonna be able to find it, but yeah, I said I understand you have a lot on your plate. If you ever have time, feel free to explain this. But. Yeah. Oh. Oh man. Yeah, here it is. Here it is, everybody. Good afternoon, everybody. The suit, give me some super strength. I know superpower's activated. High growth's going down right now. Hopefully, what we actually will see is us going down right before the market close. And hopefully, I mean, who knows? Maybe I'll get another shot at in the 580s, and I'll add like literally like 10 minutes before it comes out. So yeah. Yeah, man, this is it. This is it, man. And once it actually happens, it's gonna be pretty. It's gonna be pretty crazy, I'm assuming. But what's gonna happen is right when the market closes, I'm gonna be refreshing this as fast as I can because last time they posted it. They posted it instantly here. This is the first. This is the best, the quickest way to get it on the website. That's what I'm expecting to happen this time. If that's not the case, then somebody's just whoever sends the link first in the Discord. That's what it's gonna be. But the webcast is gonna start 30 minutes after the market close. The webcast starts 30 minutes after the market close. That's when they actually talk about everything, right? Of course, the actual report for the actual financials, that is happening. They don't say it here because that's just, it would be too easy. It would be too easy if they said it here. That is going to happen right at the market close, to my understanding. Oh man, so yeah, here we go. Feel free to subscribe to their email. I have that. I am. I do get investor relations alert. Okay, so I'll check that. You know what? Here, I'll have that up on my other laptop right when it comes out. I'll have that up. Let me get this up here. Auspiciousbusiness@yahoo.com. All right, there we go. Yep. Yeah, I get the news alerts. Yep. So yeah, we should be good. ETA estimated time of arrival. We've got 40 minutes. 42 minutes. So yeah, until then, we just have to. It's pretty much just. I mean, this is it. We're just waiting. We're just waiting. I mean, we can look at the chart and look at the technical analysis, but at the end of the day, this is what it comes down to. 40 minutes from now, what are the numbers going to be? I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if I'm freaking out. I don't know if that's the right word. Right? That's kind of ironic. After yesterday, I had like a legit freak out with the eye, with the blindness. That was a legit freak out. Right now, I'm pretty nervous though. I'm very excited. I'm very optimistic. I'm very confident. However, now that we're finally here, you guys know how it is. The jitters are here, and we've got 40 minutes. We're barely up. We're at 593 right now. And earnings is all that matters. How are you guys feeling? I saw some more revenue projections here. If we go to the channel here, everybody's bullish. Everybody is so. Look at this. Definitely over 5 million. I hope you're right. I really hope these people are right. My projection is 3.7 to 4 million. That's what we're looking at. Yeah. So. All right, man. What are you guys thinking? Long term is a win, though. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. 22 million. That would be nice. 4.4 and a half. 600%. I see you apes are nervous. I don't know about everybody else, but yeah, I am. I am definitely. Yes. Yes. Oh, boy. 1,000 shares at 594. We ride or we break. It's time. So weird that we are green pre-earnings. Well, now we're not. But I mean, the high growth was doing well today. High growth is just, it's cycling. It's pretty much a red day for high growth mostly, except these three stocks, not really G. These three though are doing pretty well. For some reason, they're outperforming the markets in a huge way. Everything right now today, There's like 4,000 almost. I think there's over 4,000 decliners last I checked an hour or two ago, and the Russell's down over 1%. BioNano is flipping in between green and red. You know, it's we were up 4% at a time, and then we were down like 1 or 2%, and now we're basically even. So we'll see. Mark bought with 10,000 shares yesterday at 588. I saw your comment yesterday, my friend. Yeah, I that made me feel good. If you're confident, that makes me feel even better. That's awesome, Mark. Oh man, we'll see. Deep breaths, right? Deep breaths. Short term doesn't matter. It's a long term, Brandon. Yes, exactly. Look at my recent prediction in the Discord, Brandon. 4.7 is going to happen. Just saying, and you never heard this from me. 4.7 million, huh? I'll tell you what. If it's 4.7 million, geez, I'll be happy. I'll be happy. That's putting it mildly, right? By the way, this is totally off topic, but since I'm nervous right now, I'm going to try to calm myself by nerding out. I just played The Witcher 3. Just started it up. Jeez, man, it looks good. It looks good. Is there anyone in here that's played The Witcher 3 or likes The Witcher show or original material or anything? All my family and friends, including, we were holding about 300K share. Oh boy, why am I'm not even going to read that. Not even going to read this. 4.7 million, like I said in the Discord, you guys did not hear this from me. If it's 4 million, Cody Britt, if you're right on that, oh my gosh. I mean, I don't know what I'll do, but I'll tell you what. I'll give Thresh a nice spanking for you if that's the case. Because we have the bet. The bet is on, guys. Everybody. We have, if we go to the BNGO channel here, the pinned messages, the bet with me and Thresh, the person that's chatting right now. You can see Thresh right there. This is a serious bet. I'll hold up my end. I'm not expecting him to hold up his end. But if BNGO closes above 7 this week, he's got to donate 100, and if it doesn't close above 7 this week, I have to write Thresh was right for a whole stream. And make sure you Thresh, I'm sure you will, but please remind me if we do fail earnings or if we only hit 650 or 680 or whatever it is, remind me so I don't forget, because I will forget. But I will hold up my end of the deal. 26K BIOL 590. 4.7 million spankings coming to you. Oh, it's beautiful. If we're over 3.5 million, we have a great time. We beat the Wall Street expectation. Yes, sir. Exactly. Precisely. Brandon got his Sunday's best on for earnings today. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Exactly. 593 right now, flipping in between green and red. We've got 40 minutes, 38 minutes now. The countdown is so real. I don't even know what my primary thought is right now. Confident, or I think I'm honestly just, I don't know. I'm maybe excited, maybe nervous, excited, you know? Oh man, it's right when it comes out, it's gonna, oh my gosh, the intensity of my intensity and everybody's stress and heart rate, everything's gonna go up. Hopefully the price will follow it as well. Hopefully the price will go up as well. Oh man, hopefully the company has been working their asses off like they have been saying they will, and like the evidence suggests they have, right? Hopefully that's what's happening. Get the shaver ready, Brandon. Yeah, get the shaver ready for the attempted beard, right? The attempted beard right there. Yeah, if there's anyone new in here, which I doubt, I have like 3 bets on the table right now. I actually have more than that. Yeah, I have the man bun thing as well. Okay, so let's go over them. If BNGO, I cannot actually get a haircut. You see how my hair is so long right now? Usually it's not this long. Usually it's fairly not this long. I'm not getting a haircut until BNGO hits all-time highs. Yeah, I'm gonna have Gandalf hair if we don't go to the moon. Yeah, literally, and I'm serious. I would literally have the longest hair out of on campus. I would have the longest hair out of any guy on campus. And I also am not shaving, and that's until BNGO hits all-time highs. Then I'm allowed to get a haircut. And then for the beard, the attempted beard, BNGO has to go to double digits, $10. We have to go to $10 till I can shave. And then for the man bun, I forgot exactly what that was, what the bet was there. Somebody told me I have to get a man bun if we go to like $7 on earnings or something, which I'm not really feeling good about that because I don't want to do that. Plus, I think we're gonna go to $7 I think we're gonna go to $7 today, but you know, we'll see. Oh man, I mean, it's too late for it's not too late for predictions, but I've already told them all. I've already said them all. Oh man. $4.7 million. That's all I can tell you as of now. Cody Britt, stop acting like you have inside information. We know you don't have inside information, Cody. Come on, my friend. Oh, How many sapphires do you think we have sold in quarter two? That's a great question. I think it's between, oh man, it could be anywhere from 5 on the low range, most likely, to 15 in capital purchases. And then adoptions, it could be anywhere from 10 to 20 or even 25, probably. Those are most likely. We're probably looking between the 10-15 range for rental agreements and capital purchases combined. So, oh man, what do you guys say? Is anyone else nervous for this? Is everybody just so confident that they're just not even worried? They're just fully no worry, no hesitation, just completely convinced that we're gonna get a beat. I mean, you guys know what I think it's like over a 75% chance we get a beat. To be honest with you, I think it's higher than that. But you know, we'll see. You know, there's a chance for anything. We've got 34 minutes now. 34 minutes now, man. Here we go. This is it. This is it. No hesitation. Alex is nervous. I mean, this is it. This is what we'll see how this ages here. We'll see. Either BNGO, either we get another kick of life. I mean, I don't even want it for the stop price, right? The company is full of life. The company is full of hope, full of optimism, full of good things ahead, in my opinion. And we've seen good things in the past before as well on this downtrend here. But hopefully for the stop price, this is the start of some life. Hopefully, 595 just broke the previous high. Yeah, Cody, did you answer that? 808 average. Yeah, I don't have many shares because I'm in college, LMAO. I was just joking about the yacht. Cody, why are you not answering to my inside? How would you get inside information? There's no way. There's no way. You're messing with me, Cody. Cody, you know I respect you, but you got to tell me what's going on here. you got to give us some more info here. Just don't say the inside information. Just tell me if you have inside information. Okay, honestly, guys, please take this with a grain of salt, whatever Cody says. Although Cody is an OG and I trust him more than the average person on the internet, still, it's just somebody on the internet, so you got to take it with a grain of salt. You're getting a kick in the nuts today. It will hurt. No, more like a Thracious, my friend. More like Thrash. Oh, like the perma bulls in here since June. Oh, Microvision announced earnings today, so I'm going crazy for BNGO and Microvision earnings go both. I'll tell you what, it's gonna get crazy in here, man. It's gonna be crazy. We've got 30 minutes, and this is. I also hope another thing is I hope they give us an update on their business and not just the numbers and the typical stuff. I hope they tell us what their plans are with the FDA approval or the reimbursement pathway that they're going to take, that they seem to be taking. I hope they let us know. It'd be great if they or Sapphire 2.0 development, nano nozzle development, right? What happened with it? I don't know. Okay, I don't want that. I'm not expecting them to say, hey, we're working on nano nozzle. It would be amazing if they could just come out and tell us the history of the nano nozzle and if it's something that we can actually look forward to. I don't expect that either, because if they've been secretive this far, why would they stop now? They must have a reason if they're going to be super secretive about it and commercially release at some point. So I don't know, but we'll see. It's going to be interesting. That's damn sure. It's one thing is certain: interest and hype, and it's gonna be, I mean, whether it's gonna be good or bad, it's gonna be exciting. It's gonna be worth your time either way, right? And we've got 30 minutes, guys. The countdown is 30 minutes. 30 minutes till blast off. Yeah. I have the Tiger Baby, a little Rocky music going on right now, bro. I kind of wanted to play guitar right before earnings, but I think if earnings is gonna be good, I'm probably gonna be playing guitar for. I mean, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. We'll definitely play after. I will. I mean, we definitely will. We definitely will. We are calm because we are holding for years anyway. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. But for me, I can't help it. I do plan to hold BNGO for years. I can't fucking help it. I'm still nervous. I'm very confident, yet nervous at the same time. 595. Thresh, hey, let me know right now. Last minute revenue projections, man. Here you go. This is your time. We got 30 minutes till. I mean, this is the event that we've been talking about for literally months. Literally months we've been tracking the sales, and it has all led to this moment. Let me know your revenue projections either in the chat there, or you can go to the Discord, and I'll definitely see it. It's free link in the description. The revenue projections for quarter two only. Here you go. Almost everybody is super bold. Look at these predictions. I mean, I am to give you some perspective here. Just think of it this way. This is my projection, 3.7 to 4. That's one of the most bearish estimates out of this entire, or out of all of them. That gives you an idea of how bullish we are. Are we a little bit biased? Is this the most biased chat in existence? Honestly, maybe that we might be the most bullish group on BIOL ever, maybe, but it doesn't change the fact that we've got very good evidence for a beat. I mean, it's very likely based on our evidence. It's not our evidence, it's just the evidence, actually. So, all right, let me read some here. Last minute projections, 4.7. Yeah, Cody is holding with 4.7. He never answered. What? Nothing's going on, Brandon? That's ominous. Okay, 4.7, 3.7, 4.5. Reacting to earnings is a fool's game. 1.2 million above expectations. That would be nice, wouldn't it? Simba? That would be nice. 7 million. 7 million. I tell you what, we get 7 million. I'll have you on for an interview, my friend. 7 million exactly. Jesus, that would be nice. Base positive is going with 5.1 million. There's so many OGs and respectable bulls and knowledgeable bulls that have been with us for a while that are projecting such, in my mind, almost crazy numbers. I mean, I hope y'all are right. I hope y'all are seeing something I'm not, but I just don't know about 5 million. That's kind of insane. I hope you guys, I'm praying and hoping that you guys are right. But, I mean, that's like 1 million over my projection. I really hope you all right though. 7.6 million. Fours, a lot of fours. 3.9. I'm only seeing one. No, I'm only seeing two. Oh, we got somebody that said it's going to be a miss. 3.1 million revenue. Oh, okay. GG there. We're going down 20. We might be going down 50% if that's the case. Maybe not 50. Maybe at least 20% though. Probably. If we got a miss, we would. Boom. Titanic. The only thing that matters is the story of life saving. Yeah. Yeah, that's the truth. Yeah. It is easy to. Yeah. I'm not gonna do a whole rant on that, but that's true. That's true. It is in a sense. Whatever. This is. Hey. We'll do the meaningful, emotional messages at the end here. Depending on after. We'll do that after. Right. Right now we got freaking 20 minutes till earnings. Okay, what's it going to take to get back to $10 this week? Great question. Get back to $10 this week. What kind of numbers are we going to need? Well, there's a couple of different scenarios. It's going to depend on a couple of things, including how high growth, how that actually performs tomorrow, the high growth sector as a whole. But the biggest things that it's going to depend on are the numbers. If we were to get, if we're going to get 4 to 5 million or more than that, there's pretty much no limit. I mean, I would say $10 is certainly realistic, in my opinion, right? So many people disagree with me on this. This is and again, it's very hard to say where we're going to go based on what kind of numbers and the revenue we would be pulling. Let's just say we were to get good guidance. Let's just say instead of getting 150 Savars installed, they're going to say 160 or 170. Something, let's say bull case, 5 million in revenue or 4 million in revenue. Yeah, I can see us going to $10 that way. Yeah, absolutely. The chances of that are pretty damn low, I'm going to be honest, especially the forward earning or the forward guidance. I don't expect them to give guidance because I don't know why so many people are expecting them to this quarter, or at least that's what I think a lot of people are doing. There's no reason. I mean, I hope they do, but there's no reason why they would. It's just a total gamble. It's based on no evidence saying that, but I hope they do. That'd be nice. They definitely can, although they never had before or never in the recent past, and they said they don't. Last time they said they don't give that. So, so I don't know if that's going to change, but oh my gosh. Yeah, we got, hey, and everybody just getting it right now. Everybody who's not familiar with BIOL, what's happening is earnings is coming out in 27 minutes. The data is coming out in 27 minutes. Take a deep breath. Grab a Mountain Dew, do it, and hopefully, and whatever's about to happen, take it in as best you can. That's all we can say, right? That's all we can do. Nothing we can do now. Nothing we can do to change the numbers. It's gonna be it's gonna be how hard BioNano worked as a team during quarter two, how their sale and how many people bought the damn Sapphire. Brandon, are you scared, lol? Yes, I am scared. I am. The only time a man can be brave is when he's afraid, though, right? Ned Stark, right? But although I am scared and nervous, I'm only think of it. You need to understand, I'm nervous because of you guys. I'm not nervous because of BioNano. If I didn't have the channel, I would be just like most of you, which is just, I'm long term. It doesn't really matter if we go up or down here on the earnings. I believe in the product. If the product does what it should, it doesn't matter where we go on this earnings call. However, for me, I know what's going to happen if we get a miss, which is this. Okay, I mean, if we got a miss, or if we didn't go up after earnings, I don't I don't know what the reactions would be, but they're probably not gonna be good. I'm more scared because I have been rightfully so, justifiably so in my opinion. I've been hyping up. I've been like the #1 YouTuber that's been freaking hyping up earnings from the very beginning. For a very specific reason. We've known about these sales for months, some of them. And now it all comes down to this. It comes down to this, man. 25 minutes. I'm scared. Yes, Stock Central, you're scared as well, my friend. Oh, man. I haven't forgot about your YouTube channel, by the way, Stock Central. I tell you what, we're gonna do a collab with Mr. Invest a lot. I want to do more collabs, man. I don't know why me and Mr. Invest a lot. We've been trying to do them for a month now. Finally, I think we're gonna do one this weekend or sometime this month. But I don't know. Stock Central, you're on the list as well. I want to collab with you as well. Brandon, buy a ton of shares ASAP. My friend, what is that? Why? I already have. I'm ready, my friend. Trust me. Oh, yeah. And if there's anyone out there that's like, Brandon, why didn't you add today? You said you were bullish on it. You said you were going to add today. I haven't added today. However, I added 90 shares yesterday. And for me, 90 although that might sound like a flea for some of you guys, and rightfully so. A lot of you have tens of thousands of shares, and some of you have millions, right? Or at least 1 million. Mark does, right? The legend himself. Mark is the 1 million shareholder of BNGO. He's in the chat right now, or at least I saw him earlier. But that's a lot of shares for me, right? You compare, my buying power is not very high. This is the position in BioNano of mine is a very high amount of my net worth, right? Some would even say concerningly high amount of my net worth, right? That's okay. So I don't want to hear any fucking comments about, Brandon, why is your money not where your mouth is? My money is like coming out of my mouth. It's like full, you know. It's everywhere, man. I'm totally in. I'm with the YouTube channel, my entire portfolio, all the shares I added yesterday, and I added like 500 shares in the last couple weeks, right? I didn't even have 2,000 shares that long ago, right? I just added that throughout this downtrend from 912. Trust me, my friends. I'm in it. I'm not just trying to lead everybody off a cliff. If we're going off a cliff, I am going off the cliff first, right? Oh, man. Brandon, will you have me on the channel when our revenue is 4.7 million? Yes. Yes, I will. If it's 4.7 million, yeah, absolutely I will. 100% I will. In the 10 months I have owned this stock, I have never read one negative article, one negative study, or one negative maneuver. It is no-brained. It is a no-brained thing to hang on. Oh, it is a no-brained. I think what you're meaning to say is it's a no-brainer. Yeah, it's a no-brainer to hang in for the long run. Yes, got ya. The typos freaking mess with my brain. My brain can't do that freaking thinking. My brain doesn't do that high-level thinking too quickly. It takes a second. Dang, Thrash, that's deep. Brandon, it may not seem like it now, but these next 30 minutes are the peak of your YouTube career. I recommend enjoying it while it lasts and bringing out the guitar. Holy, dude, you're hurting my heart. You're hurting my soul. Thrash, come on. You don't know what's going to happen. Oh, my God. If this really is going to be what I think it is, I am going to make fun of you so damn hard tomorrow and right after. Okay, actually, no, not right after, because once the earnings drops, you're going to see an entire different Brandon. Last time the earnings, does anyone remember this? Last time when we went over the earnings report, the report, I was like a few minutes late because I was looking at the wrong thing. I was like yelling this shit out. But yeah, you get my point, man. Thrash, you're in for a fun time. If you're in for a fun time, if earnings is going to be what we think it is, we'll see. Who knows, man? Who knows? I mean, at the end of the day, we've done our research. We've done what we can do. Hopefully, our research has led us in the right direction. Right? That's all we can do. We look at the data. Even with all this stuff, it's hard to project earnings. I still have the same opinion because I've looked at a lot of stuff. I know a lot of things about this company more than a lot of people who are bearish. I think that's fair to say. And my conclusion has always been the same. It's been the same since the very start of it's been the same for months. I've always been thinking this is probably going to be a damn good quarter for revenue. And then when I saw the revenue estimate was only 400,000 higher than what we got last quarter with all the extra sales that we already know about, this is kind of where this synthesis stems from almost. It's where it derives from. And then the company said they were comfortable with estimates. And then we've got the estimates right here. Like if we go right here, for example. Actually, no, not even that. Screw that. How about the amount of data and consumables that we already know about that have been used? This quarter, during quarter two, not this quarter, right? We're in quarter three right now. Quarter three started a month ago. A month and 5 days ago-ish. Last quarter, there was the record, literally the highest amount of publication studies and just consumable usage in forms of basically data being done on the Sapphire and talked about in publications and articles than ever before in history, at least to my understanding. Correct me if I'm wrong, but have you ever seen another quarter that's been higher than quarter two's amount of stuff that we know about, right? We already know about 13 sales, and that's not even considering all of the CGC stuff that just came out. And you may say, well, Brandon, CGC stuff is just coming out now. That's quarter three. Actually, not necessarily. It doesn't matter when they're presenting on it. It matters when the sales actually took place and when they bought the consumables, which in my opinion, there's a decent chance that they actually happened during quarter two, at least some of them, maybe. We don't know for sure, right? I missed the donation up here. Let me go back up here. Blue Wave $5 donation. Jesus, it would already wait. Don't do that unless we actually beat earnings. Okay, if I am right, then we will. Then I will have deserved that. If not, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. A man can only be brave when he's afraid, man. Here we go. I'm nervous. I'm scared. We got 19 minutes. Here we go. Here we go, man. I've got a good till canceled order for 50K shares at 150. Clown alert. I mean, I don't even have to give the clown alert. We all know already. Important are the consumables. Yes, they are. Hey, Brandon, Robbie Smith. Robbie Smith. That's a name I haven't heard in a long time. Obi-Wan reference. Oh, yeah. Robbie Smith and Simon are getting their genome sequence for mental insomnia. They are in the Sapphire's lab. Wish them early recovery, and they need diamond ball implants. That's right. Diamond hands, diamond balls, baby. That's right. That's exactly right. Gino Green here for whatever, dude. Oh, freaking legend. Freaking legend, man. And I have not even... I talked about this a couple of times. Thank you for the donation. I appreciate that. $5. You don't have to do that, though. Please don't do that. Please don't do that unless I'm actually right about earnings. Don't do that till I'm right about the company. We'll see if I'm right about the company, right? We'll see that we'll see it progressively as time goes on. But what I want to say is that yes, there is, yes, technically the scenario where we do miss earnings or we were to go down after this 30 minutes ago, that small chance of happening. Technically speaking, the company is still good as long as as long as the company's not proven for fraud or some shit or some crazy stuff. Although if we were to get the bear case scenario happen, there's still a pathway where we go to 2,000% up from here by 2029. There's still a possibility of that, but let's be honest here, okay? If that happens, you guys are going to kill me. And I understood that when I made the prediction of earnings being kick-ass, and I stand by that, okay? Now, we'll see what happens, but maybe something to understand is that, oh, no, another donation? No, I don't want the donations now. My friends, wait, I feel so... If earnings is bad, I'm going to feel so bad if earnings does not. So I just had to enter the matrix real quick, sorry, but Tom Gregory, good luck, Brandon, $5 donation, thank you. Do you understand how bad I will feel if we have bad earnings? Oh my God. We'll see. We'll see what happens. My experience yesterday with the whole blindness situation, that has kind of given me a new perspective. That's damn sure I'm going to be thankful as long as I have good health. That's the most important thing for me. But still, I'm going to feel super bad. So please don't do any more until I'm actually right. If I am right? We'll see. We will see. Here are the projections. Those are the bear cases and bear bull case, all the cases. My actual projection is 3.7 to 4 million. We've got 17 minutes. Do not let me forget about the market close. You all need to spam the chat if I'm ranting on some random ass, barely relevant thing with like 30 seconds to the market close. Please tell me. Please spam that. Oh man. All right, let me read some YOLO donations. YOLO donations. 596 up over 0.5% right now. Oh, I gotta take a couple deep breaths here. Everybody relax. I'm about to expend more energy than you've ever seen somebody expend in a 5-minute time period whenever these numbers come out. I gotta calm down. Before we do this. I will die. I will have a heart attack here. 595. Panicking. Yeah, this is it. Hey, there's no way out now, guys. If you've done your swing trade, I hope you did your research. Please, this is like the last warning I can give you. Essentially, if you haven't done your research yet, and you're just betting on, and you're just taking a swing trade and betting money that earnings going to be good, because I'm saying it. Please no. You're gonna hate me even more if earnings is sucking. If you just took my word for it blindly, please go and I'll go ahead and give the link in the chat. Please don't do that. Do anything else. Oh man, we got another donation. Oh my gosh, Sherry Baker, thank you so much. Hello, you work really hard regardless of the earnings. Thank you, I appreciate that, Sherry Baker. I really appreciate that. But I know we all know what's gonna happen if earnings is bad. I don't think that's gonna happen, but we all know what's gonna happen. Okay. The freaking, oh man, I mean, it would be May 13th all over again. I don't think I have my money. There's a chance. Hey, even though the most, you guys know I'm the most bullish bull there is. I'm the most bullish bull. You can't get any more bullish than I am, long term especially. But there is a chance of something bad happening. I'm not betting on. I'm feeling good, although the closer we get, I'm getting more nervous. But I still do feel confident. I still do feel like good things are brewing. There's great evidence. The management is confident. I don't have inside information. I think we're doing good things, though. I think we're doing very good things. Okay, Christian, we've got spamming. What did we have here? What's up with this spamming action? Oh my gosh! Everyone in the fellowship. Donate for good luck. No. I'm vetoing that. No, it's not. No, please don't do that. Do that. I'll tell you what. If you've been with the channel for months and you want to help me, do that after our stock that I'm pumping. Essentially, some people say that I'm just blindly pumping. If it actually goes up like I think it is, do it after. Don't do it now. You don't have to do it. Donations straight all aboard. No. Thank you. You don't need to do that though. You don't need to do that. Thank you. Oh man. Okay, let's just calm down. I gotta calm down here. Conducive Insight, Dusan, Clock, thank you to the donation. Did I miss any others? Okay, thank you. We got a ton of poop emojis. That's interesting. All right, there we go. Brandon needs you to buy the stock. Haha, not buy it to him. Oh, wow, Thresh, original comment there. Good job on that, buddy. We'll see who's laughing at the end here in 30 minutes. Actually 14 minutes now. We'll see who's laughing. We'll see. Hey, with the bet is on the table. Anyone who's just getting in it right now, this is it. We got 13 minutes now. Countdown is 13 minutes. I'm getting more, every minute that goes by, I'm getting more nervous. But you have to understand a couple things. This is about to be the craziest goddamn stream you ever watch, all right? Whether it's good or bad, this is going to be a damn entertaining stream. And here's why. There is money on the line. There is reputations on the line. There are very high, there's my 100% of my portfolio. I added 90 shares yesterday. And we've got the pride of me and Thresh going up against one another. Basically, I'm betting if BNGO, this is actually a real bet. Like literally, he actually created this. Okay, don't let me forget earnings. Do not let me forget when the market closes. I will rant on something, but what you need to know, there's 4 things you need to know. Right, number 1, me and Thresh, we have the bet. If BNGO closes above 7 any day this week, he's gonna have to donate $100, which I don't expect him to hold up. But whatever. Okay, it's still a fun time, right? If BNGO doesn't go to 7 this week and close above, I have to write Thresh was right for a whole stream. Also, what we have is I added 90 shares yesterday. Obviously, I have all the ramifications of making 1,000 videos saying earnings is going to be good. And then I also have, what else? Oh no, buy 2 shares now. Okay, I got to buy 2 shares now. Hold on, I got to buy 2 shares right now. Oh yeah, and then I also, sorry, I just blanked out. My brain literally just blanked out there if you couldn't tell. But yeah, let me go ahead and add 2 shares right now. Somebody said, I'm a slave to your will. I'm a slave to your will if you're gonna do that. So there you go, 2 shares in, order for $5.92. But back to what I said, yeah. And then we have the 3 other things. Okay, so there's 4 things I said you have to know, and then the other 3, right? The first one is the Thresh bet. The other 3 is that I have to get a man bun if BNGO hits above 7. I think that was the bet. Whoever made that bet, somebody confirmed for me. I forgot whoever said that. They've been saying it several times. Forgot your name. I'm sorry. And then we have the 2 other things. This is where it gets interesting. I can't get a haircut until BNGO hits all-time highs. It's already coming down like halfway down my neck. This is already like the longest hair I've ever had. And I mean, I think ever. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the longest hair I've ever had. Yeah, and I'm not getting a haircut until BNGO hits all-time highs. Also, did you see this attempted beard? You see these whiskers here, man? Dude, I can't shave this until BNGO goes to 10. So, and then we've got earnings coming up right now. We've got earnings coming up in 10 minutes. 10 minutes, folks. Oh my gosh. Mountain Dew, baby. Yes, I missed some donations up here. Oh God. No, stop it. Stop it. Okay, let me read them over here. KDJ01, thank you, $2 donation, freaking legend. Please don't do this again. I don't want to promote doing this again until after, if I am right on earnings. Do not do that again, please. By Eric looking at the camera and saying no, and I was, oh, that would be so, oh my God. That would be would that not be the best thing you ever experienced in your life? Eric looking at the camera just slowly, epically, like Aragon when he says for Frodo. Nano nozzle, bitch. Boom, 100%. That would be beautiful, wouldn't it? Hey, make your own decisions. Make your own decisions. All right, Bubba Broker, thank you, $5. Cho. Oh my gosh, we got to stop this. Dan Ross, $2 donation. Let's go, great management. We do have great management. That's damn sure. That's damn right. Lori Imers, thank you so much, $12 donation. I probably butchered your name. Buy another 4 shares. What is this? What? Buy another 4. What? What? All right, done. I gotta buy another 4. Damn it. What the hell? All right, it's done. 593 in. Another 4 shares done. There go. Say goodbye to buying power, right? Buying power. See ya. Hello, 100% BNGO, right? We got 10 minutes till earnings, baby. Woo! Here we go. Eric Holman in the chat. I know it. Yeah, he's just like getting ready for the earnings call while watching this. That would be pretty sick, honestly. Wouldn't it be sick? It's impossible for him to be in 2 places at once, but wouldn't that be sick? 10,000 shares just bought, 594. Oh, man. Deep breaths, everybody. The suit is on. If the suit, I mean, hey, if anything, we shouldn't be nervous because the suit is on, and every time the suit is on, we do well. We do good things when the suit is on, right? And I actually have it buttoned down all the way, which I never actually had before. So maybe that'll be even more good luck. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. We've got 9 minutes now. We got less than 9 minutes. Jeez. Aaron, what do you think? Aaron Dennis, my friend. Aaron, what are you thinking? Robbie, where are you at? Robbie's gone. I'll tell you what, Robbie is going to be gone unless this is like the worst earnings you've ever seen. Robbie is not going to be here. The only way Robbie appears, remember, it's the disappearing act. It's a stock to its bear. Have you guys seen that meme? That's what Robbie is, man. That's what Thresh and Robbie are. Did you guys notice? Yes, you guys noticed earlier Thresh was nowhere to be found. We were at 616, and yet out of nowhere, just miraculously, coincidentally, apparently, comes in this way. No, it's not coincidentally. It's freaking, dude, it's the stock to its bear. It's the disappearing act. Robbie is Dr. Pepper, lol. Yeah. Oh, is Dr. Pepper in here as well? He is. What? I've never been so confident in a stock to fail. What? Dr. Pepper is back. That is Robbie. Robbie is back. I'm pretty sure that is Robbie. I could be wrong, but only the real long-time OGs remember Dr. Smith. He was, or not Dr. Smith. I said Dr. Smith. I guess it maybe is because they're both the same account. But Dr. Pepper, he was the guy. He was Robbie Smith's sidekick, man. These were the guys on May 13th. Actually, literally the other time, like the perfect, it's almost the exact same thing as what's happening right now, right? The day of earnings where we went down, where we are going down right now, and then we bought the dip, right? All of OGs bought the dip before we went up 100%. Robbie and then bought puts, and then that's kind of why they disappeared for a couple months straight, and now they only pop in every couple days. That's a true story. You can go back on the May 13th streams and see what's going on there. You seriously can. I recommend you do that if you want to get a kick out of that. I mean, yeah. Robbie crap indicator. Robbie Smith bullish. We got a bullish flip on the Dr. Pepper on the clown indicator. Dr. Pepper clown indicator. We got a bullish flip, my friends. Oh man. As if we need anything else. We already have the suit. We have the evidence. We have the combined strength of the fellowship. We have Eric. Do we need anything else? And now we got the bullish flip on the Robbie Smith clown indicator and slash Dr. Pepper, right? Whichever. I mean, if they're the same account, I don't know if it's the same person. I guess we'll never know for sure. Anyways, we're dumping down here. I'm gonna have to add shares. Here. Please go down a little bit more. Please go down a little bit more. Yes, go down to being at 30 on the RSI or lower, and I will add like another 100 shares. I swear to God. I will. No, the webcast. All right, let me be clear. We got 6 minutes of the ER. All right, we only have 6 minutes till the actual report comes out, to my understanding. That's at least what happened. That's exactly what happened last time. That's exactly what I'm expecting this time. And then the webcast, where the CEO and the management talks, that's in 30 minutes, 36 minutes. All right. Oh man, I want to add. Yes. Go down. I'm rooting for this shit to go down before. I'm rooting for this. I want to get more shares, man. I want to get more shares before this. And remember, this isn't Bio-Nano actually going down because people are bearish on earnings. No, this is the high growth sector going down. Every single high growth stock is going down here at the close. Okay, don't mistake that with people being bearish on the ER. Oh my gosh, here we go. Here we go, baby. Thanks for the nano nozzle reenactment. You're welcome, my friend. I enjoyed doing that a lot. Here it is. We've got 5 minutes. Woo, baby. Deep breaths. Here we go. Oh, I'm gonna have if we. I wanted to go down a little bit more though. I want to go down a little bit more. I've already added so many shares. I'm already happy with the amount of shares I have, but you know when it's going down like this, I can't really help myself. Got some buying pressure coming in here. 5 minutes, everybody. 5 minutes. This is where the fun begins. That was a pretty good impression, wasn't it? That was pretty good. I actually haven't even practiced that, believe it or not. Red day, tomorrow, green day, plus earnings. Yeah, I believe so. I believe so. 4.7 million is Cody's prediction. Guys, anyone that has a last minute revenue prediction, this is the time. This is the time, man. This is what it all comes down to. And I'm going to put an order in for 586. I can't help myself anymore. I'm putting 20 shares in. 20 shares order in. We'll see how this ages. I mean, this could be totally in vain. This could be totally buying in before an actual dip, like a lot of people are bearish on earnings, right? In my opinion, I think the risk-reward ratio makes sense. I think there's a very high chance of us doing very well in these next in 4 minutes. I don't know. We'll see. The estimate, the consensus is 3.5 million. My estimate is 3.7 to 4 million. 3.5 is the consensus. I'm shaking. I know I'm shaking. Oh man. Woo! Here we go. Take a shot every time I say here we go. Buying pressure's coming in here. We've got 3.5 minutes here, or 4.5. Can't do math now. My brain, as we get closer to the time of to D-Day, if you will, my brain works slower and slower and slow and more slowly. 3.8 trillion. I like that estimate. And also the short interest that reminds me, somebody just said they covered in the last 2 minutes before ER. That reminds me, the short interest last I checked, very high on the day. Very high on the day. If we are going to get a 4 million, I mean, you're never going to see these prices again. Or at least not for a very long time, and it would take it would take something absolutely crazy for us to see these prices again if we're going to get nice earnings. And precisely because of that short interest increase. Oh, do not let me forget. Do not let me forget. I want to be as quick as possible whenever this comes out. I want to refresh this about 1,000 times. My computer. Oh my God. How funny would it be if my computer or my stream or Wi-Fi just stops working right when it happens? I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised. But hopefully we're going to be able to see it before that happens. Pressure is on low. I know. I feel the pressure is everywhere. It's absolutely everywhere. Brennan is here. Good to see you here, my friend Brennan. I like it. I like it. I like those emojis. I like them a lot. Incredible to see that a company like BNGO can change the world and is punished in the market while some Robinhood business skyrockets for nothing. It shows the world doesn't care about diseases. I don't like Robinhood. I've told you this before. I don't like them. I don't like their business model long term unless they change it. I don't like their business model right now. I can't think of anything but the time. We've got 1 minute and 45 seconds here. The webcast, remember guys, the webcast is coming in 30 minutes. The actual report, the numbers, oh God, I'm getting really nervous now. I'm getting really nervous. It's coming in like 1 minute. 1 minute and 1.5 minutes. Yeah. Oh man. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. 590. I guess I'm just conserving my energy for when I'm about to talk like 5,000 words per minute. Do any of you OGs remember last time the earnings report came out last time around? I was going insane. I was going absolutely berserk. That's what's going to happen again, hopefully. Or it's going to be ass, and then it's all going to be sad. It's going to be a bad number, and I'm going to be like, it's going to be sad if we do that. But hey, here we are. Here we are. Anything could happen here. We don't know what's going to happen. I don't have inside information. I'm assuming 99% of you, if not 100% of you, no one has inside information. So it's anyone's guess. I mean, we know the data. We've done the evidence. We've done the research with our evidence. We've substantiated our claims. At the end of the day, it comes down to the company performing. And here we go. This is it. 30 seconds. All right, I'm gonna switch over here and start refreshing here in a second. Oh man. All right, gotta relax the shoulders. Gotta relax them. Here we go. All right, I'm gonna start refreshing this shit. We got 20 seconds. 20 seconds, baby. Oh. All right, here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Oh. All right, should be coming out any second now. Any second. Should be coming out right here on this next refresh. Oh, my heart is pounding. My heart is pounding right now. Hasn't come out yet. 26 seconds late. 26 seconds late now. Okay. No, they're not sending it yet. They're not sending it yet. Let me refresh my email, see if I got an alert. I don't think I did. No, I didn't yet. They haven't released it yet. They haven't released it yet. They could be just a couple seconds late here, or they could be releasing it at a little bit closer to when the webcast starts. Oh my gosh, my heart. I can't take this. I can't. They need to just release this already so I can get it. Oh man. You're increasing the pressure in your eyes. I know. I can't. The webcast is 30 minutes after the market closed, but last time they sent out the report exactly when the market closed. This time, I guess, I don't know if they're late. I don't know if they're going to do it in 1 second. I don't know. Maybe they're going to actually, maybe they're not going to do a report until after the webcast this time. Maybe we have to wait another 30 minutes. I don't know. They haven't released it yet, that's for sure. They're not sending it earlier. I have inside information. Okay, I'm just going to relax and assume that they're going to release it at 4:30, either in a report or on the webcast. I guess. Although I don't know. I don't know. They could release it. I guess they could release it any second now. Price is doing nothing after hours. Okay. No volume at all. Well, okay, that's actually not bad volume. Okay, that's weird. That's very weird. Hold on. Hold on. Okay, nothing. Tweet. Whoa, whoa, whoa. They didn't send a tweet. They didn't send a tweet. I'm refreshing it right now. I'm refreshing it right now. There's nothing. There's nothing here. There's absolutely nothing here. This is anticlimactic as hell, isn't it? They could be coming out any second. If you have a link to the earnings report, I'm pretty sure no one does. Yeah, no one does yet. They would be sending it. If someone would be sending it if they did. It hasn't come out yet. It has not come out yet. I don't know if they're going to send it here 30 minutes. And my heart, bro. I know. Oh, man. I guess they're going to do it. They're going to do it completely different than they did last time. Okay, 10 minutes after, you think? Oh, man. I don't know. Yes, guys, we know, guys, they are going to, the webcast, listen, the webcast is starting in 30 minutes. We know that. This is exactly what they said last time. However, last time they posted the report, the PR, right when the market closed. Or I think at least a couple minutes right after it opened or closed, if I remember correctly. So I guess, I don't know, I'm hearing conflicting things. 10 minutes after the market closed, they might release it, or maybe 30 minutes in the webcast. I don't know. Right now, I'm just calming down for a second. Next time around, when we actually do get it, I'm gonna try better to calm down because I did not do a good job that time. Shippy tweeted. What the? No, Shippy, Richard Shippy. There we go. Mother dang, why didn't it do that? All right. He didn't tweet anything. Why do you guys keep saying the red? Oh, well, okay. Oh, wow. Okay, what's going on here? It's still not out. I'm going to add some shares here. I swear to God. People are freaking out before earnings. People are freaking out because they're not out yet. They're not out yet. They have to wait, I would think, so that they can clear after hours near volume. They may not say anything till the webcast. Maybe. Maybe. You think the webcast? Oh. Oh. Here we go. Here we go. Here it is. 226% year over year growth. What's the number? What's the number? What's the number? What? Yes. 3.9. Yes. 3.9. Yes. Why are we not going up on this? This is blasphemy. How are we not going up on this? This must be something really bad. Is the EPS horrible? Hold on. There's got to be something we're missing here, because this is 3.94. This is $400,000 higher than the consensus. There must be something we're missing, because the price should be going way up right now. Whoa, 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 whoa! What? 3.9 is higher than the consensus. What is going on here? What is going on here? All 2021 milestones. Strong balance sheet. Okay, yeah, we know all that. Total revenue was $3.9 million. What's the EPS? I don't think they say the EPS in here. No, they have nothing. Earnings per share. No, they have no. I have no idea why we're down right now. I have zero clue. Somebody explain to me why we're going down right now. We have a huge revenue beat. We have a huge revenue beat. I'm adding shares. I gotta read. I'm adding shares if we're going down. Like we got $400,000 revenue beat. This is good. Shipped 13 Sapphire systems in the quarter ended June 30th, compared to 6 systems shipped in the same quarter of 2020. Installed and completed in the quarter brought the total number of Sapphire systems to 121. 13 Sapphire systems in the quarter. Okay, solid 2,700. Is that higher? Okay, 93% over the same quarter in 2020. We want to know if that was higher than the last time, though. Doesn't say. Gained Sapphire adoption in notable cytogenetic laboratories. Korea, Europe, Africa, China, Medicover, and Germany. And the United Kingdom, Sapphire was adopted. Okay, NHS. Yeah, we were in Belfast. Yes, that's right. Ryzen. Okay. Experiences largest. I'm so confused right now. I'm so confused. This is more of a revenue beat than we got last time, and the last time we went up 22%. I cannot understand this. I really cannot understand this. Customers delivered a record number of presentations. We know that. Enhanced Senior, yes, Jason Pryor, Richard Shippey. Russell 2000, yes, we don't care. We don't care about that. Okay, here we go. Okay, this is what I actually want to know. This is what I didn't know about. You guys remember this 2021 milestone? The development of laboratory-developed tests and accreditation in Europe, including Belgium, Germany, and Spain, 2 sites in the U.S., Augusta University and Praxis Genomics applied for and received proprietary analysis, PLA codes, and these codes are expected to be used by these institutions to establish reimbursement for OGM tests performed in the laboratories. Pricing for these PLA codes are anticipated to be determined and released by the end of this year. That's good. That's very good. Okay, that's going on. Financial highlights. All right, let's go ahead and read all these now. See what the price is doing. Still absolutely zero, doing absolutely nothing in the price. I absolutely have no idea. I'm still digesting this. Hold on. 3.9 million. That's very good. That's 226% year over year. I don't give a shit if it's not that much compared to what the market cap is. That's a huge beat. That's huge. All right. Year over year revenue was up in all geographies and across both product, service, and revenue. Okay, for the 3 and 6 months, as compared to the same periods in 2020. Okay, all right. So this is interesting. Let's do this. Okay, the increase in global product sales was driven by the increased demand for our Sapphire instrument and consumables, while the increase in service revenue was primarily driven by our Lineage and subsidiary. Year-over-year revenue was up across both product and service revenue. Okay, good. And that was because there was a higher demand for the Sapphire instrument. That's good. That's very good. Last time, I don't think they said that. I think they just said it was because Lineage and maybe consumables, I think they said. This time, they specifically say there's a higher demand for Sapphire. Good. Gross margin was 37%, up from 33% in the first quarter of 2020. Go look at the gross margins went up again. We're going down I cannot believe my eyes right now. I cannot believe my eyes that we're going down on this news. Hold on. Maybe there's something bad in here that I haven't seen yet. Okay? Hold on. Holy shit, this is crazy. All right. I don't know what I'm missing here. All right. Primarily due to a shift in sales and down 12% from the same period in 2020, due mainly to a substantial increase in revenue contribution. Okay, yada, yada. All right. Second, okay, operating expenses. Here we go. Maybe this is horrible. Okay, here we go. Oh, wow. Okay, yeah, this would increase a huge amount. Yes. Okay, second quarter operating expense was almost 18 million compared to 12 million in the first quarter of 2021. 8 million for the second quarter of 2020. The year-on-year increase was primarily due to expenses from the Lineage acquisition and increased headcount-related spending as we build out all the facets of our organization to support our expected commercial progress. In addition, the second quarter of 2020 was affected by COVID-driven cost savings measures, including across-the-board salary reductions. The sequential increase was mainly due to 3.7 million in increased headcount-related expenses, a 1.4 million increase in non-cash stock base compensation due to second quarter 2021 employee equity grants amplified by the impact of our higher stock price. Okay, yes, the operating expenses are higher. Big deal. Everybody's expecting that. We want higher expenses now, and higher revenue now will become profitable sooner. Our gross margins are moving higher. I have no idea why we're not up 10% right now. I have no idea. We're getting more sales than we expected, guys. Come on, this is good. All right, hold on. I gotta read the rest of this though. This looks really good though. This looks really good. Okay. I haven't read all of it. Give me a second though. We got 29 minutes till the oh no, not 20, 19 minutes to the webcast. Don't let me forget that. We take a breath. Okay, and other income and expenses. We recorded a net expense of 2.3 million, which was largely associated with the payment in full of the 16 million shares, 16 million outstanding balance on our Innovatus term loan and the end of the term fees and accrued interest, 1.2 million, which was non-cash. Okay, cash equivalents of 333 million. Okay, so we had 362 million last as of the end of quarter one. Now we lost about 30 million. Yeah, see, this is the one thing that people are not liking. We are down. Our expenses are way higher. I mean, that's a huge. I mean, I don't know. Okay, I need some time to digest this. I'll have a video on this probably later tonight or at least tomorrow, sometime, going over everything what this means. But this is the only problem that I'm seeing so far. The expenses are absolutely humongous. Right? There's a huge increase from last quarter. Right, last quarter, not like a year ago, last quarter. So that's the only bad thing that I'm actually seeing right now. Everything else is very good. Everything else is very good. Okay, let's read the quote here. Okay, we had a strong quarter to cap off the first half of 2021, which we believe. Do you mean first half? Okay, to cap. Okay, never mind. To cap off the first half. Okay, which we believe was one of the most transformational periods in BioNews history. For the quarter ended June 30th, total revenue was 3.9 million. That's all. We almost got 4 million. That's absolutely beautiful. 226% on a year-over-year basis. And we demonstrated great performance in many areas of our execution, including the achievement of our strategic goals to facilitate customer development of laboratory-developed tests based on optical genome MVIS Sapphire and gain accreditation in certain European countries. Do you guys remember when I was talking about that? Do you guys remember that? I was talking about when are we going to get the accreditation. I literally said this. You must remember me saying this. I was like, why didn't they say about this? Why didn't they say they got this? We now got it. Right, for the quarter two earning report, we got it now. That's beautiful. I love it. Okay, with optical genome mapping, we are aiming to transform the way the world sees the genome in our relentless pursuit of enabling genomic insights and elevating human wellness. Okay, CFO, here we go. The second quarter of 2021 was very positive for Bionano with steady and continued year-over-year revenue growth. Yes, it is. Strong cash position. Yes, it's better. It would maybe be better if we had a little bit more cash and we didn't use freaking like 30 million. We still got 330 million though. Come on. At quarter end, it's significant momentum in the cytogenetics market with increased global adoption of our products. To gain further traction in the market, we are focused on reimbursement in the United States, converting the existing cytogenetics workflow in Europe, and increasing our installed base to our target number of 150 Sapphire systems by year end. They got 13 Sapphires installed, shipped. No, they didn't install them. They shipped 13 Sapphire systems in that quarter. Okay. And last time they only did 11. Hey, guys, understand that last quarter we only got 11 Sapphire adoptions. This quarter, or technically, quarter one we got 11. Quarter two we got 13. That may not sound like a lot, but when you understand how many of these are, how much money it is for one of these, it's a lot, right? It's very. And now what I want to know is how many of these were capital purchases versus rental agreements. That's what we want to know. And we have a good idea, right? It's probably less than 5 sales, if that. It's probably like 2. It's probably like 1 or 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, there we go. We should be up 10% on this news. Absolutely. We definitely should be up 10% on this news. I don't know. We'll see what it is. The market is goddamn insane. Don't even ask me to try to explain to you what the hell happened right when the earnings came out. People are retarded. We had a revenue beat right now of $400,000. We're at 605 right now, up 3% after hours, over 3% after hours. We should be up way more than that. And the reason is because last time we went up 22% the next day with a $200,000 revenue beat. What we got right now, okay, understand that 20% up with a $200,000 revenue beat. We just got double that, a $400,000 revenue beat. So that would lead you to believe, maybe we should be up at least 20% like last time. You know, of course, the history is not going to exactly, that just gives you an idea of what we should roughly be doing, right? So I love what we're seeing here. And we're going to see what they say on the webcast here. We got 15 minutes, but this looks beautiful. This looks absolutely beautiful, man. This looks at 609. There we go. 3.5%, 4%. 4%. There we go. I don't know what the hell's going on in the after hours here, but we should be up a way higher amount than this. Okay, you want to talk about momentum? Sales with the Sapphire? You got them right here. Where is Thrash and all the bears, right? I don't care if we're closing above 7K. You win the bet if we don't go over 7. Sure, great. Guess what? I feel great about the company right now because we just got revenue beats. We got to, look at this. Understand something, Thrash. 226% year-over-year revenue. That's not your average company. That doesn't happen. You don't get 220% revenue. All right, yes, we're at a high PE. Do you know why? Because things like this that make it up, that actually make us undervalued rather than overvalued, like your bear stupidity, in my opinion, right? Make your own opinion, though. Right now, we're at 613, up over almost 5% after hours. All right, we'll see what they say on the call, but this is a beautiful earnings pool. The only bad thing that we have right now, listen to me. All right, stay with me. Please stay with me. We got the freaking earnings. We got the webcast starting in what? Hey, let me go ahead and pull it up here so I have it ready for us once we get in. All right, there we go. Let me do another tab right there. All right, good. And let me go ahead and mute that so you don't have to listen to it. Okay. The only bad thing that we have here is this. If I can find it, it's right here. This is the only bad thing. And look at the gross margins as well. Do you guys remember last quarter? Hold on, before I say the bad thing, do you guys remember the gross margins last year or last quarter? What the hell is this? What the hell is this price? Okay, whatever the price does, right? Whether we're up 5%, 3%, down 10%, up 20, whatever it is. This makes you very confident as a shareholder. Look at the gross margins here, for example. We're up, it was 37% rather than 33%. In last quarter, no one was expecting that increase in gross margin. 33% was a huge increase. Look at that, okay? It's way bigger than what we were expecting. Now we got another increase in gross margin. Now the only bad thing I'm seeing in this earnings report and what people are freaking out about, I can tell you right now for a fact, either manipulation's happening or people are freaking out about this. The expenses. We only got $12 million in expenses, operating expenses last quarter. This quarter we got $18 million. That's a lot. That's a big increase, man. That is the only thing that I see in here that doesn't look like that doesn't point to, okay, we're going up 10%. You know, the only thing that you can point at this earnings report and be like, all right, that sucks. This is the only thing you can point at that I've seen so far. Let me see if there's anything else that I'm missing here. Okay, the commercial release of prenatal assays, all right, it's the same thing. Yeah, they said these are all the same. Install base of 150, 150 Sapphires in a year. That's what they're expecting. Good. This is good. Okay, whatever the price does, whatever, we're up 3% right now, right? I would say that's blasphemy. I would say that's completely bullshit, in my opinion. Whatever, I am more confident as a shareholder after seeing that. Dude, we got a revenue beat at $400,000. We got a $400,000 revenue beat. Come on. We got a $400,000 revenue beat. 13 shipped Sapphires. The volume, look at this, okay? Wait, where does this say here, hold on, where does this say... demand, here we go, right here, financial highlights. The increase in global product sales was driven by increased demand for our Sapphire instruments, right? That's beautiful. And consumables. Not just the Sapphire, both. Okay, beautiful. And while the increase in service revenue, lineage and subsidiary, okay. Now, what I want to know, one thing that I want to know off the top of my head, one thing that I'm thinking about is how many of these Sapphires were sold and how many of them were rented. There's probably actually, and believe it or not, this is kind of, we're getting into complicated, speculative, like super complex thinking here almost, like even for me at least. It might be easy for you. For me it is, right? This is actually, it would actually be bullish. Hear me out here before you take me out of context. It's bullish if there's less Sapphire sales this quarter. And the reason is because guess what? If there's less Sapphire sales, that means with the revenue that we got, which was basically $4 million, we would have to have a huge uptick in consumable revenue. Huge. And what that also means is once we start getting more Sapphire sales, if we do, revenue is going to blow. I mean, we're going 5 million, 10 million a quarter. Simple as it gets. Simple as it gets, man. And also the compounding consumable increases are going to send that even higher. Okay, profitability 2023, here we come. The simple as it gets. Simple as it gets. Let's see what the price is doing here. Up 2%. We're not even up 3% after hours now. Okay, whatever. That's fine. The price, whatever the price does right here, looks like we're not going up 20% after hours. That's absolutely fine. I thought if you would have told me we were getting 3.9 million, I would have thought we're up at least close to 10%. And we did hit, what did we hit? We hit 616 here for a second. Remember, if high growth gives us some help, we'll definitely go up higher than this, but this is a good earnings report. This is absolutely good. This is amazing. And we'll see. Hey, also, it's not done yet, guys. It's not done yet. We have the webcast yet. And yes, we did beat. We got a $400,000 revenue beat, a very good beat. We are going up not as much as we should, in my opinion. Make your own opinion. I'm sure Thrash and all the bears are babbling. Oh, Brandon, of course we're not up. You're wrong. Of course, the revenue doesn't matter, right? No, I mean, you make up your own opinion about that. But for me, this is exactly what matters, right? Look at this. This is how we become. Let me show you something. All right, this is what the bears. I won't even try to explain it to the bears because they won't understand. They're not. I don't think they have it in them. But this 3.9 million, these beats and revenue. This is how we get to profitability in 2023. And if that happens, you better bet your ass we're going up. You better bet your ass we're going up. That's as simple as it gets. Simple as it gets. All right, 3.9 million. We're up 3% after hours right now. Hopefully, there's some good stuff in the webcast for him. But this, I feel good about this. I feel very good. I think this is a good earnings report. I'm going to read some comments here in a second, but to give you the ape language, I read all this. I read almost all this, all the important stuff that I saw here. This is a very good. I wouldn't say this is like an amazing earnings report, but it's definitely a good earnings report, and it's nearing great because we haven't had a $400,000 revenue beat in the last two. Last two earnings, we went up 10% after hours on both of them. And this time we're going up less than that, although we got double the beat. And that's maybe you could make the argument that's because of the expenses, but then I would just make the argument, well, hey, gross margins are up as well. What the hell, man? Gross margins are way up. Also, you guys have to remember, the more revenue beats that we get and the longer that time goes on, the more auspicious the business model comes for BioNano. Because guess what? Every single quarter, and this is what sucks about being a bear, right? On BioNano at least, every single quarter that you're a bear, there's higher consumable revenue. The revenues are, of course, it's priced in a little bit at least, but every single quarter we're just getting more installed. We're just getting more installations, and the more rentals that we get, the more sales we're going to get in the aggregate at least. So, yeah, man. And with that being said, I'm going to take a drink, take a breath, and then read some comments, and then we'll do the webcast. Webcast is right here. Yeah, man. So yeah, let me get the volume up here so I don't forget. All right. This is good. This is good. Although the price is only up 3%, it's mediocre. We're only up 3% right now. I think we should be up more. But this, as a long-term holder, even as a midterm holder, even as anybody, when you look at this, and say, all right, this company is doing what they said they were going to do. They are making huge year-over-year revenue numbers. Look at this, 226% year-over-year. We got 13 Sapphire shipped, only 13, relatively, that's not even that much, and we still got $4 million in revenue. You know what that tells you? That tells you that the business model is prevailing. And the business model, and there's a couple things in the business model, but the biggest thing is this, what I just said. I mean, a lot of these are probably rental agreements. A lot of those are probably rental agreements, and we're still beating revenue. This is how the bears don't have a chance, because the business model is so auspicious. It's so auspicious, man. All right, let's go back to the chart here. Here we go. All right, let me read some stuff here. BNGO is growing. Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are. Well, interesting and positive. Cost control is a concern. I don't really think, for me, it's not a concern. For the expenses, if anyone's freaking out about the expenses, it's like, Brandon, what the heck? Why did we lose $30 million this quarter? Why did we only make $3 million? Well, we are losing. You know, the expenses was very big. The expenses, we lost like $30 million on the quarter. That's bad. I don't care about that as much as other people do. And the reason is because I know, unlike a lot of other people, BioNano is not only hiring 1,000 people, not only most likely hiring and doing the Savar 2.0 and nanonozzle production, maybe Savar nanonozzle is iffy, right? Of course. Also the 5 large clinical studies, also the CLI lab. All of those things take a lot of money. So if we're gonna be spending a lot of money here, fine, that's great. That's great. I want you to be spending your money fine. I want you to spend your money relatively smartly at least, and get revenue beats, and I'm happy, man. I don't care if the cash burn if our cash runway is a little bit lower, dude. Listen to me right now. If you're worried about the cash runway, don't be, because we're gonna be profitable by the time the cash runway is over. Dude, it's so stupid. It's like, oh, we only have a cash runway for 5 years. Dude, we're going to be profitable in 2023 or 2024. We don't need it. We're making more. We will extend our cash runway by a huge amount once we start bringing in money on the year. Oh my gosh. All right. 6:03 right now. All right, and in 5 minutes, here we go. We got 5 minutes. 5 minutes till this bad boy right here. I think this, I don't have to update this, but, and let me go and get rid of some tabs here. All right. Let's see if they posted anything here. Okay. All right. I still think we should be up a little bit more than 4%. I still think so. The biggest thing people want to see with BioNano is sales, and we are getting them. Gross margins are up, my friends. Remember, guys, the more time that goes on, the more installations that we have, the more auspicious it gets. So if you want to pout and cry that we're not up 20% like you said, yeah, sure, just go ahead. Okay, go ahead and just get out of here, man. It's not the right stock for you. It's sometimes the stock market doesn't work like that. All right, go ahead and you want to say I'm an idiot, you want to say I'm wrong, go ahead. I'm seriously, don't let the door hit you. You know what I mean? All right. As a shareholder, I like this. I like what I'm seeing here. We got 4 minutes of the earnings call here. This is already getting itchy. This is already making me itchy, so I'm gonna take this off for the time being. 4 minutes. I like what I saw. I don't care what the price does here. This gives me more confidence as a shareholder. That's as simple as it gets. What do you guys think? Are you guys confident? Are you guys confident? Do you guys like what you saw here? 226% year-over-year growth. 3.9 million. Almost $500,000 in a beat. Sales are great. However, we won't be profitable by 2023 with OPEX like that. Not that it matters, though, with our revenue growth, but being realistic, profitability will most likely come by 2024, 2025. That's actually wrong. OPEX is actually, the CFO has actually already said, sorry to be mean to you, I don't mean to be mean, but CFO's already said 20 to 40% over the next few years. So unless he's just like lying, nope. 2023, 2024, that's one of those years is when we will be profitable. And I'm not, and please don't take me out of context. If I said that in a hurry there, I'm sorry, but I don't mean it's for sure going to be 2023, but one of these years, it's very likely that we're going to be profitable one of these years. Extremely likely, in my opinion. All right. Can you guys hear that? I can hear it. I just want to make sure everybody could hear that. It's like classical. Make sure the audio is working. Please tell me that worked. If not, I'm going to have to do the stupid mic thing again where I lay it down on the computer. That would suck. Yes? Okay, good. Phew. Let's go. Let's go. All right, let me read some stuff here. David Strong, $2 donation. Thank you so much. I appreciate that a lot, my friend. I'm more confident after reading this. I'm not gonna lie. When we first, I don't know what, I don't even know how to explain what happened here. I wish I bought more shares here. My order did get filled, didn't it? I did buy 20 shares right before, didn't I? Yeah, I bought. Oh my! Look at that! Look at that steal! I got 20 shares in. This is why Webull is awesome. It fills your orders in the after hours. I got 20 shares at 580. That's awesome. That's awesome. All right, we're up a little bit over 4% right now. Wouldn't be surprised if we start doing better after the earnings call here starts. We got 2 minutes. Is there still music on here? Okay, no. Right. Rift activate. I know. Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait for Doge. Well, you know what? You know what? I don't even care about making fun of Doge Wolf or Thrash or all these other people, because what I'm seeing right now is people looking at one thing and not understanding what the biggest deal is for BioNano. I'm gonna make the video that I make on earnings recapping this is going to be precisely what I'm talking about right now, which is people are overreacting on the expenses. They are overreacting. All right, right now in this earnings call, they're about to tell us what they've been working on. And if you're not satisfied with that, we already essentially know what they have been working on. And if you're not satisfied with all these new ambitious products that they're working on precisely to get profitability 2023, 2024, then you're not going to be satisfied with anything, right? Because you have to spend money to get money. You have to give coins to get coins, man. You don't just become profitable like that. You guys know that most companies start out unprofitable. Here we go. All right, it should be starting now. All right, everybody. Sit back, relax, and hopefully they're not a couple minutes late like last time. Yeah, this is going to be a long... Usually it's like 30 minutes to an hour long. If I have to pop out... If I leave out of nowhere, it's because I have to go to the bathroom. Nice suit, man. Thank you, Spencer. I appreciate that. Let me refresh this, just make sure I'm not behind here. Looks like they're going to be late again. Last time they were like, what, 3 minutes late? Maybe more than that? Yeah, it looks like we're going to hang out in this 3-4% range. I like the earnings. I like it a lot. I don't love it. It's not like amazing. You know, obviously, it's not. If it was amazing, we'd be up 10% or higher, right? We got huge expenses. We also got a huge revenue beat. I don't know. Yeah, we got, I mean, it's pretty huge. It's pretty, I would consider 400,000 relatively huge. Yeah. No hat? Nope. Well, I can put it. Well, you want me to put the lucky hat on? I can. Can I spend like a drunken sailor? They have to be planning. Yes, of course they do, and they are, right? If you actually read it, if you actually look at this, if you actually look at the stuff that they're doing here, and I can just name some of the stuff off the top of my head, but some of the stuff that they're doing is more LDTs being validated. Prototype of the next generation Sapphire. Interim publication results from pediatric clinical studies. How about the other 4 large clinical studies besides that one? How about the commercial release of prenatal assays and expansion of the pediatric assays? And how about the CLI lab? How about nanonozzle production, which is a maybe, right? All of these things, I don't believe, hey, and also you have to remember, this quarter, we had huge C-suite additions as well. So although it looks really, it looks really bad. It looks really bad right here. I mean, if you were just to look at one thing on the earnings report and you didn't know the revenue, you would be like, oh, wow, that's bad. We got 18 million in expenses, in operating expenses. Last quarter, we only had 12.2 million. That's not good. If you actually look at everything and realize they're using their money relatively smartly, at least from what we can tell, it becomes a lot more clear on why, I think, at least why we should maybe be up a little bit more than what we are right now. And it's because not only the business model BioNano is good, and it looks like we're getting more close to that global Sapphire adoption, but also because the numbers, man. Look at this. We got 3.9 million. We got, okay, I didn't know. I told you, I didn't have inside information. I promise you, I did not have inside information, but this is exactly within mine and a lot of your projections. This shows you that the research that we did, we had a high likelihood of being right, and it looks like we turned out to be right. Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Of BioNano.
I'll shut up now.
Alka Chavez, CMO of BioNano. After market close today, BioNano issued a press release announcing its financial results for the second quarter of 2021. A copy of the release can be found on the investor relations page of the company's website. I would like to remind everyone that certain statements made during this conference call may be forward-looking, including statements about BioNano's strategic and commercialization plans, sales pipelines, anticipated benefits or improvements to the Sapphire system, anticipated milestones for 2021, and the advantages of the Sapphire system over current technologies, our expectations regarding timing and content of study results, and anticipated benefits of these studies in driving adoption of the Sapphire system. Such forward-looking statements are based upon current expectations, and there can be no assurances that the results contemplated in these statements will be realized. Actual results may differ materially from such statements due to a number of factors and risks, some of which are identified in BioNano's press release and BioNano's reports filed with the SEC. These forward-looking statements are based on information available to BioNano today, and the company assumes no obligation to update statements as circumstances change. An audio recording and webcast replay for today's conference call will also be available online in the investors section of the company's website. With that, I will turn the call over to Eric.
Here we go.
Thank you, Amy, and good afternoon, everyone. We had a really great quarter to cap off this first half of 2021, which we believe has been one of the most transformational periods in our history. Total revenue for Q2 2021 was $3.9 million, which is up 226% versus Q2 of 2020. And that's a record for any Q2 in the history of the company. We also had great performance in many areas of execution, including seeing customers develop laboratory-developed tests, or LDTs, based on optical genome mapping, or OGM, with Saphyr, and obtaining accreditation for Saphyr-based LDTs in certain European markets, which was an important milestone for Q2. I also want to welcome to the team two outstanding executives who joined us this quarter, Jason Pryor, who became our Chief Commercial Officer, and Rich Shippey, who became our Chief Business Officer. Jason and Rich are experienced leaders, with Jason having held previous leadership positions at PerkinElmer and GeneDx, among other companies, and Rich having held previous leadership positions at Affymetrix and Illumina. So welcome to Jason and Rich. I want to start out our update today by outlining our strategy, which is focused on execution in three key areas. First is growing the installed base of Saphyr systems and their consumables use in two markets. The clinical research market, where OGM provides an alternative to traditional methods that are outdated, slow, and have low success rates for finding the variants that drive biology and pathology. And the other market is the discovery research market, where OGM empowers researchers looking for novel therapeutic targets and biomarker signatures. The second area of execution focus for us is continuously innovating so we can bring new capabilities that accelerate the throughput of OGM, accommodate more sample types, and simplify data analysis and interpretation. Third is supporting the development of validation data through pivotal clinical research studies to show the efficacy of OGM, while following key opinion leaders as they showcase the prowess of our Saphyr system in their presentations and publications, and also while they aim to gain third-party payer support through development and validation of their own LDTs to be applied in cytogenetics and cytogenomics. Here's how we're tracking against these objectives. Regarding the Saphyr install base and utilization, Saphyr systems installations completed in the quarter brought the total number of installed Saphyrs to 121 as of June 30th, 2021, versus 107 as of March 30th, the end of the first quarter. We shipped 13 Saphyr systems this past quarter compared to 6 systems shipped in the same quarter in 2020. Our goal for 2021 is to reach 150 Saphyr systems installed worldwide, and we believe we're on track to meet that goal. During the quarter, we sold 2,742 nano-channel array flow cells. Let me remind you that the flow cell is the unit consumable for analysis of one human genome. More flow cells sold leads to more utilization of optical genome mapping in the field and more data to support it. The increase represents 93% growth over the second quarter of 2020 and also represents the most flow cells sold ever in a single quarter. And so we're really proud of our progress in growing the installed base and seeing the utilization, which is measured by the number of flow cells that are going out into the field. Now, several notable cytogenetics laboratories in the U.S., including Children's Hospital of Cincinnati, which is using optical genome mapping to identify structural variations in pediatric leukemias, have adopted the Saphyr system. Outside the U.S., Saphyr was adopted enthusiastically in places like Korea, Europe, Africa, and China, including at Medicover in Germany, which is one of the largest commercial diagnostic companies in Europe, and NuProbe in China, which is a leading-edge company developing cancer diagnostic assays. In the United Kingdom, Saphyr was adopted by 2 large laboratories that belong to the National Health System of the UK. Those are King's College Hospital in London and the NHS Regional Genetics Laboratory in Belfast City Hospital. And so that actually gives us Saphyr systems at all of the most significant sites in the United Kingdom doing cytogenetic and molecular pathology analysis. Regarding our progress in innovation, we continue to improve optical genome mapping with Saphyr by making it easier, faster, and more cost-effective to operate. So this quarter, we released new protocols for isolating ultra-high molecular weight DNA, and that allows us to commercially support lower sample inputs, meaning smaller quantities of cells coming from a particular sample. It allows us to get down to as few as 500,000 cells from a single sample, which is really impressive. Our instrument control software has been updated to include the newest version of what we call Saphyr Assure. And this is designed to enable system monitoring for predictive failure analysis and prevention to maximize Saphyr uptime. And this is critical as the install base grows so we can monitor it and make sure that customers' product is performing as it's intended. We are on track now to release in Q3 novel assays that will expand into different sample types for genetic disease and cancer analysis. And we are on track to release a significant update to our analysis software, which will streamline cytogenetic data analysis for clinical research and assay development. And so we'll look forward to updating you on that progress in our next call. Our project to build the next generation Saphyr system, which we expect to have the ability to run up to 70,000 samples per year by the end of 2023, is on track. And we anticipate completing the first prototype system by the end of 2021. And lastly, in innovation, on May 4th, we were issued a patent entitled Methods and Devices for Single Molecule Whole Genome Analysis, which covers novel labeling methods that complement our whole genome approach. They allow us to target certain areas of the genome and provide a higher level of resolution below the typical 500 base pair cutoff of OGM with Saphyr. And so this was an important IP for us to get. Lastly, I want to talk about the progress we've made in proliferating data that validate optical genome mapping and demonstrate its incredible scope of utility. And this is not only our own work, but it's work by customers who are using the Saphyr system. And they, in turn, influence prospective customers who are seeking to adopt the technology. And so it's really important to see this progress at conferences and in the literature, because that's a precursor to adoption and sales. We had the largest presence to date at the 2021 annual clinical genetics meeting of the American College of Medical Genetics and Genomics, which is known as ACMG. That was held in April. It featured 16 presentations by Saphyr customers and bio-nano scientists, which is nearly triple the number presented last year, and based primarily on work done in the United States. And so that's really exciting progress for us. Our users delivered overall a record number of presentations featuring optical genome mapping at the 2021 European Cytogenomics Conference. And the data presented there by leading key clinicians and in their posters showcase optical genome mapping as a superior solution for genomic analysis in leukemia and genetic disease. One presentation in particular from Dr. Barbara de Wally at Leuven in Belgium outlined their implementation of optical genome mapping in a new workflow focused on pediatric ALL patients that was 21 days faster with OGM compared to the traditional method. So imagine a patient who is being evaluated for blood cancer and then being able to get their results 3 weeks faster than they can with the traditional methods, and how that can impact and change management of these patients. It's really incredible. And then just this week at the 2021 Annual Cancer Genomics Consortium meeting, which is one of the most important cancer genetics meetings in the world. Our customers delivered 10 presentations that highlight the benefits of optical genome mapping for clinical research applications ranging from solid tumor analysis to hematologic malignancies, products of conception, pre- and postnatal genetic analysis. So you can see that the scope of optical genome mapping is being defined, and it's very broad. And these customers have spoken about the incredible enthusiasm they have for bringing in this technology over the traditional methods. And they've also emphasized that they've been waiting for this kind of solution for a long time. And so we're really excited about the progress there. Now, overall, with regard to publications, which is an incredible leading indicator of interest and utilization of the technology, year to date, there have been 111. And that includes 49 new publications in the second quarter. And I would note that that's the most publications on OGM ever in a single quarter. And so those are the kinds of metrics that we want to see. And we're very proud of the progress there. Now, the Lineagen business also had a good quarter with samples received for analysis across their suite of assays for pediatric neurodevelopmental disorders. Revenues for these diagnostic services are included with all service and other revenue on our financial statements. Lineagen is also a key element in our strategy to develop our own menu of laboratory-developed tests based on Saphyr and leverage Lineagen's network of ordering physicians and contracts with third-party payers. They provide us with a clinical team of cytogenetics and genetic counselors, along with a direct channel to physicians and patients, and we see that as a key element of accelerating adoption of the Saphyr system. Finally, we've seen significant progress in the field for the development of laboratory-developed tests and accreditation in Europe, including in Belgium, Germany, and Spain. In the U.S., 2 sites, Augusta University and Praxis Genomics, received proprietary analysis, or PLA, codes, which are anticipated to be used by these institutions to bill third-party payers for reimbursement of OGM tests, and we expect pricing for those codes to be determined and released by the end of this year. This is, again, incredible progress to support the adoption and utilization of optical genome mapping in our target markets. I would like to now turn the call over to our CMO, Dr. Alka Chaubey, so you can get an update from her on the pivotal studies we're conducting to demonstrate utility of OGM as an alternative to cytogenetic methods with a higher overall success rate.
Thank you, Eric. So our studies will span our 4 major growth markets of pre- and postnatal genetic analysis, hematological malignancies including leukemias and lymphomas, and solid tumor analysis. The endpoints of each study are the same, namely demonstrating utility of optical genome mapping by showing, number 1, concordance against the standard of care methods such as karyotyping, FISH, and microarray. Number 2, a higher success rate of optical genome mapping in finding pathogenic variants compared to the standard of care methods. Number 3, significant workflow improvement compared to standard of care methods, including shorter time to actionable results, and consolidation of multiple assays into a single assay based on optical genome mapping. And number 4, showing an overall health economic benefit of optical genome mapping versus the standard of care methods. To date, we have recruited important key opinion leaders to be principal investigators of these study sites across each endpoint. Among the 16 sites who have agreed to participate in all of these studies, we have signed contracts with 11, and we ultimately expect a total of 19 sites. 3 of the 4 studies, prenatal, postnatal, and heme malignancies, are being conducted independently, but the solid tumor studies will begin in parallel next year. For the postnatal study, which was the first to receive IRB approval, A total of 300 out of the total 1,000 subjects have been enrolled, and sample analysis has been ongoing throughout the second quarter. For the prenatal studies, the IRB approval has been obtained, and site recruitment and training are in progress. The data generation is expected for the prenatal studies to begin by the end of the third quarter. For the hematological malignancies program, which will cover both leukemias and lymphomas, we are finalizing the contracts with the sites, and we expect the IRB approval process to begin by the end of the fourth quarter. We believe in the relatively near term that these data will play an important role in driving adoption of optical genome mapping across the spectrum of applications and ultimately supporting potential reimbursement by third-party payers. Also, over a 3 to 5 year period, we believe this data can serve as a basis to support changes in the guidelines of medical societies that recommend the uses of technologies for analysis in these clinical indications. Overall, we are very happy with the progress so far, and our key opinion leaders are very excited about taking part in this effort. Back to Eric.
Thank you, Alkia, and congratulations on your progress in these important programs. I will now turn the call over to Chris Stewart for an overview of our financials. Chris?
Thanks, Eric. As Eric mentioned, total revenue in Q2 was approximately $3.9 million, up 226% from the $1.2 million we reported in the same period of 2020. Year over year, revenue was up in all geographies and across both product and service revenues for the 3 and 6 month periods ending June 30th, 2021, as compared to those same periods in 2020. The increase in global product sales was driven by increased demand for our Sapphire instrument and consumables, while the increase in service revenue was primarily driven by our Lineagen subsidiary. Our gross margins for the second quarter came in at 37%, up from 33% in Q1 of 2021, primarily due to improved margins on our instruments and service revenue. Q2 gross margin was down 12% from the same period last year, mainly due to a substantial increase in the revenue contribution from instrument sales off of the Q2 2020 COVID-driven low of instrument sales. Second quarter operating expense was $17.9 million compared to $12.2 million in the first quarter of 2021 and $8 million in the second quarter of 2020. The year-over-year increase was primarily due to expenses from the Lineagen acquisition and increased headcount and headcount-related spending as we build out all facets of the organization to support our expected commercial progress. In addition, in the second quarter of 2020 was affected by COVID-driven cost-saving measures, including an across-the-board salary reduction. So Q2 was a very low baseline. Q2 of 2020 was a low baseline to compare against. The sequential increase in OpEx from Q1 was mainly due to $3.8 million in increased headcount and related expenses, including a $1.4 million increase in non-cash stock-based compensation expense, mainly driven by our Q2 employee equity grants, which were amplified by the impact of our higher stock price. In other income and expenses, we recorded a net expense of $2.3 million, which was largely associated with the end-of-term fees and accrued interest as we paid off the $16 million outstanding balance on our term loan. $1.2 million of those expenses were non-cash accelerated amortization of accrued interest. Finally, as of June 30th, 2021, our cash and cash equivalents balance was $333 million. On June 28th, we were added as a member of the U.S. Small Cap Russell 2000 Index, which means Bionano's share performance is now included in a leading benchmark for institutional investors. Inclusion in the Russell Index enhances the visibility of our company as we continue to grow the installed base of Sapphire systems and strive to build the next great genomics company. I'm really excited about our achievements this quarter and look forward to carrying this momentum through the second half of the year. Going forward, we will of course remain focused on clearing the barriers to widespread adoption of optical genome mapping. With that, I will turn the call back to Eric to discuss upcoming milestones for the year, and then we'll open up the call for Q&A. Eric?
Thanks, Chris. We are progressing nicely against our objectives. On this last slide, you can see our anticipated milestones for 2021, which include the milestone that was achieved in the second quarter and the first quarter, and we believe we're making great progress against our goals in Q3 and Q4. I look forward to updating you on that progress in our next call. With that, operator, we're ready to take questions.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you would like to ask a question, please press star 1 on your telephone keypad. If you're using a speakerphone, please make sure your mute function is turned off to allow your signal to reach our equipment. Again, press star 1 to ask a question. One moment while we pull for questions. Our first question comes to the line of Sung-Jin Nam with BTIG. You may proceed with your question.
Hi, thanks for taking the questions. Congratulations on the quarter. Maybe starting out with, we'd love to hear your kind of what are the next steps in terms of gaining reimbursement in the U.S. for the cytogenetic methodologies. Obviously, you guys are approaching it from many different angles, so we'd love to kind of hear, to the extent that you can share, kind of what could we anticipate over the next 12 months, for example.
Yeah, I mean, the pathway to seeing third-party reimbursement goes along a few different lines, as you mentioned. The first line is to ensure that there's widespread adoption and utilization. Third-party payers are willing to support shifts in technology like the one that we're driving, but they only want to do it if that's got significant commercial demand and need. And so widespread adoption is number one key. Beyond the widespread adoption, sites need to develop LDTs and begin the process of obtaining codes like PLA codes or interacting through their channels of reimbursement to put optical genome mapping on the radar screens of their network of payers. So it's really creating this critical mass of voice of support for optical genome mapping and need. And our role in that process is to, in parallel and completely independently, we don't support sites in the development of their LDTs or their validation, but we make sure that optical genome mapping performs according to their need. What we can do is develop laboratory-developed tests on our own. So we have a program here in San Diego to establish our own CLIA lab, and that's underway. And so we will establish that CLIA lab. Within it, and with Lineagen's help, we will develop laboratory-developed tests based on optical genome mapping ourselves. And we will put those out into the field and begin negotiating with payers ourselves around coverage and coding associating with those assays. And we can make that information available publicly. And so as the field progresses down its own path of getting reimbursement, we will progress down our path, and we can share that information along the way. And then lastly, the most important aspect of not so much coding, but coverage and pricing at a good level is for there to be a critical mass of data in support of the true value of optical genome mapping as an alternative workflow. And so that's where ALCA's clinical studies program comes in. And what I think you should think about in the context of this type of program is something like the Genomic Health TLRY trials, which were obviously ongoing for a long time, and we have a long-term view here. But TLRY produced a number of important inflection points over its course, and that's what we intend for this program, is for it to generate data in support of converting workflows over by demonstrating first concordance with the standard of care. Second, an increased success rate. So we know that the standard of care is able to detect a certain fraction of pathogenic variants in subjects that are analyzed. And we have an expectation that optical genome mapping should be able to do better. And so we'll establish that as part of our clinical trial programs. And then in addition to concordance and higher success rate, we want to demonstrate a faster time to result, and as a result, a better health economic outcome for the labs and physicians that are utilizing the technology and the information. And so it's really a three-pronged strategy of making sure the market has a critical mass of adoption and pursues reimbursement on its own. We'll do the same in our own CLIA lab. And then we'll provide the data that support the claims around the value and utility of the technology. And those programs are all ongoing in parallel. And we expect to see results clearly over the next 12 months. Just this period, we saw 2 sites, Augusta University and Praxis Genomics, getting PLA codes for optical genome mapping assays. Praxis Genomics also has Z codes, which they obtained through Palmetto and the MolDX program that they can apply for reimbursement. And so this is a process that's ongoing, and we expect to see a lot of progress in the next 12 months.
Great. That's super helpful. And then just along the same lines, I guess, on the accreditation in Europe of the Sapphire-based LDTs, congratulations on that. Is this something where we can anticipate, routine usage of optical genome mapping workflow and also replacement of conventional technology platforms? Or how should we think about how these laboratories,
yes,
their rate of utilization?
Yes. So the sites that have been accredited have moved optical genome mapping into their routine use, into their production workflows, and completely transformed those workflows. And as we mentioned in our remarks, but there's also a very nice press release about the European conference, the ECA conference. And if you go through it, we detail the progress that the site in Europe, in Belgium, was able to make by implementing optical genome mapping. And among the progress, there's a significant savings in turnaround time. So it goes from a 4-week assay for pediatric ALL patients to a 1-week assay, so 21 days shorter. But they also dramatically transformed the technologies they use. They went from using 10 FISH probes to just 1. That's BCR able. You get the results in 2 hours. Makes sense. And they eliminated one assay, the multiplex ligation polymorphism, or MLP assay. They don't use that anymore. They're still using karyotyping, but they don't use karyotyping up front. They receive the assays from the results from this new workflow in 1 week, and they allow karyotyping to progress, and they use it for a confirmatory analysis when that result is ready. And we're seeing similar type of progress at sites in Spain and in Germany and many other sites along this same path in Europe. So the progress there is very significant, and these sites that have received accreditation have put the technology into their traditional workflows. And so we expect similar things to happen here in the U.S. There are some sites running genetic diseases. University of Iowa, PerkinElmer are examples that look at FSHD, and so they have them in routine use here as well.
Great, thank you. And then just if I could squeeze in one more question, maybe one for Chris. As we look at your gross margins in the quarter, I recognize that it's down year over year, but it's up significantly sequentially. And so just was wondering if this level of gross margins is sustainable for the remainder of the year and beyond.
Yeah, we certainly expect gross margins to stay at this level, if not improve a little bit going forward, as we improve utilization and we see continuing growth in consumables which as you know, has a higher gross margin than instrument sales. So yeah, we're comfortable with where we're at and expect some modest growth going forward over the next 4 quarters or so.
Great. Thank you so much for taking the questions.
You're welcome, Sung-Ji. Thank you.
Our next question comes from the line of Jeffrey Cohen with Ladenburg Thalmann. You may proceed with your question.
Oh, hi, Eric, Chris, and Alka. How are you?
Great.
Great, Jeff. How you doing?
Doing fine. So, a few questions. So, firstly, on the commercial front, and congrats on Jason and Rich joining. Could you give us a little flavor as far as what kind of growth and organization you're anticipating over the coming quarters, both domestically as well as internationally?
Got it. So yeah, we, as you know, we added about 37 heads in the quarter. That was a pretty substantial uptick. We're making a ton of progress. We're going to continue to grow headcount over the next foreseeable future. Not quite at that pace, but now that we have Rich and Jason on board, they've kind of got their heads around the existing organizations that they had. They've plugged some key holes already, and now we'll continue to build out the commercial organization in support of the expected growth. And that's both in commission salespeople, but also customer support. The types of customers that we're working with now require more support, and we're putting that organization in place now. So continued growth, not quite at the same pace as Q2, a little bit more measured than that going forward, but we will continue to build out that organization.
Okay, got it. And could you give us a sense, I guess maybe a question for Eric or Alka, on the commercial channels out there, being clinical research and discovery research. Could you talk a little bit about the TAMs and talk a little bit about the focus from a commercial standpoint? It looks like you're making strong progress on virtually all fronts commercially.
Yes. So what we see is that we are pursuing 2 markets which are addressable by optical genome mapping today. The first is that clinical research market where optical genome mapping is an alternative to traditional cytogenetic methods. I think the best way to think about the market potential there is to think about, on the one hand, the number of labs there are on a worldwide basis. About 2,500 is our estimate. But maybe more importantly is just the total number of samples that go through those labs on an annual basis. And we've done some work to measure that, and our estimate, based on quite a bit of effort, is that it ranges somewhere between 4 to 5 million samples being analyzed in these labs on an annual basis. And so that's kind of the available market for us in those areas. And I would want to emphasize that that's hematologic malignancies and genetic diseases, primarily blood samples. We're not including solid tumor analysis in there. We were not precluded from addressing that, but clearly the low-hanging fruit for us is for analysis of blood samples in areas of genetic diseases and leukemias and lymphomas. Solid tumors is an expansion opportunity for us. So that's that sort of cytogenetics side. And when we estimate the size of that opportunity, it's in the $2 to $3 billion range. When we look at the discovery research segment, we think about optical genome mapping as being a complement to cutting-edge research in genetics. So mostly the applications of sequencers, but it could be other techniques, single-cell analysis, RNA-seq, gene expression. But basically areas in research where optical genome mapping complements existing tools. So we're not trying to convert anything. We're coming in and adding new capabilities. And the way that we've kind of estimated that opportunity is to look at the total number of sequencers out there, and then segment that a little bit by saying, well, it's not just sequencers. It's kind of like whole genome sequencers or higher throughput sequencers. So anything that like Illumina has out there that's a NextSeq or higher throughput, we feel we would complement. So there's about 6,000 of those sequencers out there, and so 6,000 Sapphires, $75,000 to $150,000 of annual consumables pull through. That's another couple $1 billion. So we estimate that market opportunity to be broadly speaking in that $2 to $4 billion range, and that does not include things like solid tumor analysis, any forms of screening, population genetics. These are all market expansion opportunities for us.
Got it. That's super helpful. And then last, briefly, any commentary as far as any flavor on the sales of the actual Sapphires themselves, as far as you're going, direct all-in sales or earn-outs or leases, and then any commentary on throughput developments as far as you had spoken previously about some increases as far as microchannel throughputs on a daily or weekly basis.
Yeah. I got to correct you on this nanochannel. Microchannel is too easy. Nanochannel is harder, and we only take the difficult challenges. But with regard to the types of deals that we're doing, I think it's pretty evenly split between purchase and rental. And there's some difference in the markets. I would say that on that clinical research side, in the cytogenetic transformation, they would be majority rentals, and on the discovery research, it's majority purchase. But all together, it's probably pretty evenly split. We don't break that out. One of the reasons we don't break it out is that rentals convert to purchases. So we don't want to confuse anybody right now, and we just talk about the install base. But it's pretty evenly split.
Super. I got it. Nanochannels. Thanks, Eric.
Thank you. Thank you, Jeff.
Our next question comes from the line of Jason McCarthy with Maxim Group. You may proceed with your question.
Hey there. Thanks for taking the question. Congrats on the quarter.
Yep. Thank you, Jason.
Hey, Jason.
So I wanted to see if you could give us an idea of how many customers have started using Sapphire in a routine diagnostic setting, and what the typical process is for someone to move Sapphire into routine use.
We don't count it, so I don't have a number. What I would say is that a substantial portion of the sites that are adopting optical genome mapping are bringing it in-house for clinical research right on the edge of a implementation for what they would do would be to create a laboratory developed test and to put it into production. So the majority are headed in that type of a direction. I want to make sure that people know we market the Sapphire system and optical genome mapping for research use, and we support people doing that research application. They certainly go down this path of implementing it for routine use. But the majority are using it in that direction. We have seen several have reported to us and presented at conferences that they have put it in routine use. It's more common in Europe because the reimbursement landscape is a little bit more favorable there. And so we've seen, we're probably into the double-digit ranges. That's an estimate right now, but I would estimate more than 10 have reached that level or are very close. And there are a handful, fewer than 10 here in the U.S. And single-digit numbers in any other geography that we're in. But the progress is certainly there, and everybody is using Sapphire almost exclusively for clinical research and as an alternative to cytogenetic methods, for sure. With regard to the process, it again varies because that process is regulated and the customers have to comply with the regulations that are relevant in their jurisdiction and their geography. Here in the U.S., which is the geography that I'm most familiar with, it's a process of starting first with assay development. So we sell a platform for research use, and that's how we market it and support it. And so we have a set of qualification criteria that we make sure the system adheres to, and it's really up to the labs to have their plan to develop an assay, which involves picking an indication. Some labs have gone after indications that are in genetic diseases like FSHD. Others have been pursuing hematologic malignancies. We talk about ALL, CLL, CML, and other areas of significant need. We know that MD Anderson is working in MDS. So these are areas of great interest, and they develop an assay, which means they detect the structural variants that are of interest to them and their clinical population. They develop that panel. It's completely up to them. They set the cutoffs for what determines a positive or negative result in the assay, and they determine how they're going to report that to their ordering physicians. And then they validate that assay by running known samples against a gold standard, which is typically the traditional methods, karyotyping, FISH, and microarrays. And once they determine that they've met the validation criteria, then they can make that assay available on their test menu. The validation criteria typically include some type of reproducibility analysis, multi-operator analysis, and so forth. And so once they've met those validation criteria, they can make the assay available on their test menu, and ordering begins at that point.
All right, thank you. And then I'd also like to ask, this is probably a bit early to really be thinking about, but with your clinical program getting up and running across those 4 key markets, Dr. Shalby mentioned that down the line, one of the goals would be to eventually get included in the diagnostic guidelines. So I'd like to see if you can give me an idea of what the process for getting into the guidelines would be and what you would really have to show in order for them to consider integrating optical genome mapping in the standard guidelines.
That process involves, it's multifaceted. And I would say at the end of the day, the society guidelines and the folks that write and modify those are seeking better solutions for the communities that follow those guidelines. And so by better, they're looking for better outcomes. So we need to measure these outcomes. And they're looking for an increase in success rate. So they would like to see technologies that result in actionable results for more people who are getting tested. And they would like to see those actionable results turn into, better patient outcomes, whether that's treatment selection, management of genetic diseases by a variety of methods that are available. But I think that the primary endpoint that would influence them to consider revising their guidelines is a higher success rate for the patient population that's being tested. And the reason that we can say that is that we followed the changes in society guidelines for other technologies, and that's the primary metric. Now, they want to see that on a large scale, so that's why we have set our studies up to be 1,000 patients. 30 patients is interesting, 100 patients is nice, 1,000 patients is compelling. And they want to see that key opinion leaders who have been involved in influencing those guidelines time and time again are embracing this new approach. And so that's why Alka and her team have worked incredibly hard to recruit the thought leaders across the industry to be involved in these trials. And I don't want to yet say in support of optical genome mapping. The success of the trials will gain their support, but their involvement shows you that they have a strong belief that this is a technology that can transform the workflow, and they want to be involved. And once they're involved and the trials prove to be successful, we'll have the things that the society guidelines need. And we set for ourselves a 3 to 5 year timeline, let's say from the beginning of this year, for those transformations to happen.
All right, thank you. And then just one more, just as we're looking forward towards the rest of 2021. Obviously, right now the story is largely data-driven as those big data readouts come out. You get more awareness leads to adoption. So I'd like to see if you could point to any particular data readouts that we should be looking for in the second half of 2021.
Yes, we expect in our clinical program for the postnatal study, so pediatric genetic disorders, to have a preliminary readout and certainly presentations of those data, and very likely a preprint publication submitted by the end of this year. And we're on track. We are, as you see, we already have hundreds of subjects enrolled in those studies, and so we'll have a solid preliminary readout by the end of this year for the postnatal study, and prenatal will follow that probably early next year. Hematologic malignancies after that later in 2022, and so forth.
All right, thank you very much, and congratulations on the quarter.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Our next question comes from the line of Kevin DeGeeter with Oppenheimer. You may proceed with this question.
Hi, this is Susan calling in for Kevin DeGeeter. Great quarter, guys. I just have a few questions. Can you comment on why demand for instrument was so high this quarter, and if you think that this run rate is sustainable for the second half of the year?
So, I think that it's a great question because the demand is a function of, an incredible amount of work, and I'm sure that folks recognize that sales are a lagging indicator. They tell you, high, good demand, like you've referenced, tells you about things that you've done well sometime in the past. So if we look to the past, what have we seen? Examples of record publications in a quarter, but this has been consistent for quarter after quarter after quarter. We had this year in January one of the most epic displays of optical genome mapping utilization that's been given in our next generation cytogenomics symposium, and that just caused awareness to explode. As awareness has increased, we've been able to back that up with success at customer sites. So word of mouth of the utility and robustness of optical genome mapping has gotten around. That in turn leads people to seek to adopt the system. One other function here has been our own go-to-market model. So we've worked to reduce the barriers to adoption across the board, to make sure that people have the data they need to get funding. That's the role of our services lab. And sites have applied for funding within their institution, so they're increasingly funded. But we've also created this reagent rental opportunity so that for as little as $66,000, a lab can rent a Saphyr system through a consumables commitment, and we'll put it on site. So it's a combination of data supporting the utility and robustness of the system, word of mouth and publications, and then our own you could call it promiscuous commercial go-to-market model that encourages people to adopt quickly. And to the second part of your question, we believe that this momentum is going to continue to build, and that we would see continued progress in future quarters. We have not given revenue guidance, and we're not doing that here, but we see what your guys' model and others who have been on the call today kind of forecast for the second half, and we're very proud of the inline quarters that we've had so far, and we're expecting inline quarters through the remainder of the year.
Great, thank you for all of that detail. And just to follow up on understanding metrics, are you guys able to predict if consumables are sustainable, or is it still too early?
Well, I would say that the safe answer is that it's still too early, because it's the installed base has just grown massively in the past few quarters, and we expect it to continue to grow that way. And there's always a lag between somebody getting their system, getting up to speed, and then really determining their steady state utilization. So it is early to tell, but what we know is that sites that are adopting, certainly under a reagent rental contract, are making commitments to $132,000 of annualized consumables purchases to retain the system on site. So as long as they maintain that commitment, we'll see this consumables revenue as being stable. And so give us a few quarters to determine what that steady state is, and we'll be able to say better. But the signs point to robustness going forward.
That's really helpful. And just one last question. Do you expect the commercial release of prenatal assays or expansion of pediatric assays to contribute meaningfully to revenue? And this will be next quarter, so it's coming up really soon.
What I would say is that it's not a direct driver of revenues per se. It's a driver of adoption, which adoption is revenue related. But what it does is really expand the applicability of the technique to drive future adoption. So we don't see it as something that's going to be a significant driver of uptake in the third quarter, but in subsequent quarters it opens a completely new market for us, and so it will be over time a revenue driver.
Those are all the questions from us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have reached the end of today's question and answer session. I would like to turn this call back over to Dr. Erik Holmlin for closing remarks.
Thank you, Laura. I just want to say here at the end that we are really pleased at our progress. I want to thank everybody who's joined the call today, especially those who asked these incredibly important and insightful questions. And we look forward to speaking to you again on our Q3 call. Thank you very much.
Thank you for joining us today. This concludes today's conference. You may disconnect your lines at this time.
All right. Okay. So, let's see what the price is doing first before I say anything. Okay, we're doing literally nothing. All right, so basically the problem is this. The reason why we're not up anymore is because the EPS, we saw the EPS, and it was a miss. The EPS was a miss. The earnings, the revenue was a beat, but the earnings were a miss, right? Still, I think, and there's a couple that here. I have about that here. Let me go over here to the miscellaneous section. I wrote down about 1,000 pieces of notes here. It was good. There wasn't anything that was like super jumping out at me. Okay, there wasn't any. Why the hell is microvision? I'm seeing the microvision's running. Why? Okay, anyways, I would say it was good. It wasn't great. I didn't see I don't know why, but this time I'm gonna put the hat on for good luck here. I don't understand why. Still, they gave some reasoning on why there was a ton of more expenses this quarter, but I don't. It still doesn't explain it fully, and I can't help it, guys. Guys, feel free to say I was wrong. Feel free to say I was totally off on the. I mean, my revenue projection was right, but still, we're not up, right? I was expecting us to go up, obviously. I do think we should be up a little bit more than this. I think that's fair. But, okay, it's still one thing that I thought was very interesting is that the revenue or the expenses increased by about what? 8 million. Operating expenses increased by about 8 million. Why do you think they used so much money? Maybe, was it because the headcounts? They added, what was it, 20, 30, they added 37 employees that quarter, right? No, probably not. Okay, you don't spend $5 million on 37 employees. That's impossible. Okay, what this is, in my opinion, maybe, I could be, this is pure speculation, but what product do we know of BioNanos that takes millions of dollars to develop? What kind of complex technology could that be? What could it be? What could it be? It's nano nozzle, maybe. Okay, or the Sapphire 2.0, I guess, could be taking a ton of this, or it really is just them throwing money out the window. I doubt it, though. There is a chance that it was working on that. I don't know. I could be wrong. Why did they not talk about nano nozzle? I don't know. They're secretive. They want to get more shares before the run up. They want to get their family more shares. I don't know. Otherwise, I don't know how else to explain it. But for one reason or another, it doesn't really add up. So why are they using all this money? They're doing the clinical studies. That probably costs a lot. They're doing the CLI lab. They're spending money on that. Higher head counts. I don't know. It still doesn't add up though that much to me. But let's go over the good things, okay? The good things are that everything's on track. 150 Sapphires installed. He said there's a couple good quotes. He said this one right here has me pretty excited right here. On consumable revenue, he said we expect robustness. That means strength. Inline quarters for rest of the year. Basically, the earnings call was boring, and they said, at least what I saw, they basically, when it comes to revenue, as far as guidance, they basically said it's going to be exactly what we think it's going to be, which is basically the most of the analysts are saying about 15 to 16 million on the year, which is pretty boring, but that's still going to be huge increases year over year. And that is going to be that. I mean, yeah, we're going to get 5 to, let's see what chart, what is it, 5-6 million, I think? Let me go here. But it was not great. It was not great. The EPS was a huge. We missed. Our expenses were absolutely huge. That's why everyone's freaking out. I think this is an overreaction in my opinion, but the expenses were huge and everybody's overreacting. That's pretty much what we have here. Yeah, if we look right here, yeah, you're looking at 4 million, then we're getting into 5 million range finally for quarter four, for the first time ever. But yeah, and let's go over some other stuff here. Okay, 10 sites have reached reimbursement, and I think almost all of those were overseas. That's good. That's very good. The PLA code is becoming effective in October. That's going to be helping for our sales. We expect continued momentum in the sales, I believe he was talking about there. Okay, this was big. They said 4 to 5 million samples in cytogenetic labs annually. That is more than we can even. Okay, that just shows it, and that's without even that's without some applications. 2 to 4 billion annually. That's what they think they could get. Okay, what else do we have? Gross margins. Yeah, they said this was pretty cool. They said there's going to be modest growth on the gross margins, which is really interesting. That must mean there's going to be a ton of consumable revenue increases if that's going to increase again. So that's good. 3 weeks shorter with ALL when using OGM. Okay, we already knew that, basically. We expect a lot of progress in the next 12 months. Price has Z codes. Yeah. So it was kind of anticlimactic. I mean, that earnings call was even more boring than the last one, and the price action is extremely boring. Yes, I do think we should be up a little bit more than this. At least I think we should be up a couple percent, if not 5, even 10%, I would say. And the reason why is because everybody's overreacting on the expenses. It's like, we had 5 million extra on expenses on the quarter. If you believe in the management, if you believe that they are not throwing money out the window literally for no reason, as long as you think they're not retarded, this should not worry you that much. What you should be paying attention to more is the actual revenue, and for the reason being is because it's the same thing with every high growth stock. Jay articulates it way better than I do every time. But basically, the synthesis has to do with this, right? With a company like BioNano, with a high growth stock that doesn't make much, not profitable, but at a super high valuation, future growth, right? Future growth is what you're betting on. you don't really care about how much they're spending right now relative to how much they're or compared to how much they're making. Okay, you want to see big revenue increases year over year and subsequently, and that's exactly what we've seen. Okay, we got 3.9 million. That's like what is that? Let's see. Do they have it updated yet? I don't think they do. I don't think Charmo does, but it's like, what is it? Okay, it's like a 14%, 15% surprise beat, 15% beat on the revenue. That is significant right there. So although it's not like, I don't think we're going to be going, I mean, we could, I don't expect us to go to $7 based on this news, but it certainly was not a bad earnings report. Certainly was not bad. Although this is the thing, this is the problem is this. Everybody is going to look at this number right here, 330 million in cash. And then they're going to look at, oh crap, they had 362 million last quarter. They're going to be, where's all their money going? That is the problem. If we had a match on the EPS, we would probably be up a lot more than we are up right now. Right, we're barely up in the after hours. And let's check our volume real quick. Hold on. There's not even any volume after hours. This is barely any more volume than we usually get. But yeah, overall, unfortunately, I hate to say it, guys, but I have to be honest. This was a mediocre. I mean, the revenue is good, but the webcast was definitely mediocre. The actual numbers are good. I would say they're good. And most other YouTubers and people and analysts and people, they're going to be more bearish on it than I am. And for the reason being, I value the revenue numbers way more importantly than the expenses. And I've already told you why. The revenue is inherently more important. The year over year, the numbers on the revenue are more important than the expenses. Okay, the expenses are important. Yes, of course, they're very important. They're one of two pieces into calculating the net income, which is the most important thing. But revenue is way more important at this stage for this company. That's why, yes, we should be up on this news. Yeah, we should be up a couple percent easily. Okay, that's what I think. So make your own opinions. I don't really understand. Also, here's another thing I don't understand. We were up 4% right before the earnings call started, and then we went down to back to being flat. That makes zero sense. Like I said, the webcast was mediocre. It wasn't bad. It's not like we were expecting the webcast to be great. Last webcast we got wasn't great either, right? The last webcast we got, it was mediocre as well. They don't usually say They don't usually say anything crazy on the webcast. The stuff that's important is this, right? So that's what I'm going to end it pretty soon. I'm going to read some comments. Let me know what you guys think here. And unless I'm missing something big, there was one little part that I missed at the start. He was talking about some sort of innovation. I didn't catch it. I want to rewatch that part. But besides that, I don't think there's anything else like burning to go over, man. It is overall, I mean, it is a disappointment overall. Although it makes me confident in the company long term and I still feel good about the revenue, it still is not what we were expecting. At least the price action obviously isn't what we were expecting. It's still, overall, the earnings was good. The report, overall, everything was good, but not great. And the price action's reaction is obviously going to be, it's not, the reaction is, I mean, you're seeing it. We're literally flat. We're flat. After we got an EPS miss and we got a revenue beat. We're not really moving. So, okay, I have 100K shares and I bought at like 1 cent. Imagine being able to say whatever you want. Never had. Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of cat fighting with the bears this whole time, and I mean, it looks like I'm gonna lose the bet. I'm gonna have to write Thresh was right up here next week if we don't close above 7, which looks very unlikely right now. And man, my word, I'll own that. Although I will say that although the price has not gone up as I predicted. I mean, I guess it did technically, for a second, and then it came right back down. This still does increase my confidence slightly for the company long term. It does, or even short term and midterm, right? Everything is on track. They're still going to sell 150 sapphires. The business model still is good. As long as they're increasing their sapphires sold every single quarter, the revenue is going to be there. So, but still, there is a taste of mediocrity. If that's how you pronounce it, and there's still a taste of it being mediocre, man. So let me know what you guys think. All right. If high growth sentiment was a little better today, it would have ran a little, like you said, Brandon. Toots are still adding in their averages in the 7s. The Port Motley Fuel and Co articles destined to poop on BNGO is going to hit BNGO hard this week by the dip. They said there was 1.4 million in stock options for the second quarter and also their purchase of Lineage and purchase. They didn't say the linear. One thing they did explain. Another. I guess you could try. I still don't think this adds up. Well, in regards to the expenses increases, right? It was. Let's see what it was. About 8 million or 6 million. Almost 6 million expense increase on the quarter. You could try to explain that with the stock options, right? Not that. Where is it? Yeah. Okay, non-cash stock-based compensation. The 2021 employee equity grants. Yes. That was 1.4 million, and then 3.7 million was because of headcount and related expenses, which is absolutely crazy. That's insane. 3.7. So that's a lot. That explains a lot of it, but not that doesn't explain why we're 6 million higher than last quarter. You know? We were still adding, we still increased, we had a headcount expenses. We were hiring people last quarter as well. We hired 37 this quarter, but does that sound like 4 million? I don't know. Nano also would explain it perfectly, but obviously that's total speculation. But you guys know what I think. All right, let's see here. Thresh is back. All right, let me read some stuff here. Short term is not looking good if expenses are going up. No, actually, we're expecting expenses to go up. That's actually projected by the analysts and everybody. Everybody's expecting the expenses to go up. The problem is they went up a little bit more than we were expecting, which is not good. Price target is still same end of year. Yeah. Although $20 looks even more unlikely now because they didn't say. I would still say $10 at least. Yeah, maybe 15. 15 is still likely. Yeah, I have to digest this more. I have to rewatch the start of the earnings call to see what they said about innovation, and I need to read this a couple more times. But roughly, not much has changed for the long-term outlook. Although I might seem a little bit down right now, that's because right when it started, we were up 5%, and then because the CEO didn't say anything crazy, we're back down to 0. It's like, what? Okay, then. But yeah. It's still overall, it's still good. It's mediocre. The webcast is mediocre, but the numbers are good, I would say. The revenue is very good. The expenses are bad, but they're not as bad as most people think they are. That's what I think. All right. All right, I'm here to keep the euphoria bulls grounded. Long-term bull, but very bearish short-term, solely for the amount of idiots who have an unhealthy amount invested. Oh, boy. Hey, Thresh, you always know, I try to be respectful to you, my friend. I don't want to say you started it, but that's kind of what happened, with the whole catfighting that's happening. But I was right on the revenue. You were right on the stock reaction, I guess. Actually, no. Actually, we were both wrong. Because I said we were going to go way up. You said we were going to go way down. And we didn't go anywhere. We're going sideways. So, but I still lose the bet. All right. You can't grow your business and enter new markets without expense increases. Precisely. A town gamer 86. I don't know if you're talking to me, but if you think I'm crazy, then go ahead and buy puts and get your short positions ready. You don't have to be here. If you think I'm crazy, again, I said this before just in case this were to happen, and I guess this is like I'm kind of surprised. I am surprised the price is reacting like this. We'll see what tomorrow's pre-market and open is. Maybe it's going to get a little bit more crazy because we just had earnings, obviously, but the volume right now is shite, obviously. But this is very weird. We're not moving. They said everything's on track. We got a good revenue beat, but we got a bad expense number increase. And it's like a stalemate. It's a stalemate between the bulls and the bears right now. Tomorrow, we're probably going to move with high growth. We're probably back to the basics, unfortunately, which is boring, which is very boring. One word to describe the webcast would be boring, yeah. Tomorrow, we're likely surprised if it has to go up or down from here. I'd wager on up. I don't know if I'd wager on up because I think people are idiots, But I would say we should be up on this news. Again, I think that we should. I still do think we should be up at least like 5% on this news. And the reason is because people are overreacting to the expenses news. People saw the EPS and they were like, "Oh shit! Oh no! They're not making progress." No, they are making progress. They are probably working on innovations in the Sapphire, like the nano nozzle, like the 37, and other expenses increased because we got 37 people in the quarter, 2 C-suite people. We got the Lineagen thing. Let's see here. What is it? Let's see. Oh yeah, they got the 2021 employee equity grant. That was 1.4 million. Okay, that's 1.4 million of the 6 million right there. And then the other basically all of the rest was 3.7 million in headcount related expenses. So yeah, the EPS, the expenses rose a little bit more than expected, but for good reasons, right? The employees are now more incentivized, which that's not the I would rather that $1 million go to marketing or something, or innovation, something like that. But hey, it incentivizes the employees, so it's better than nothing. And then also you get a way huger headcount, which just gives us, if they're increasing their headcount continually, which they are, and they actually said during the earnings call they expect to continually. And let me go to the quote here. This actually is another good thing I don't think I talked about. Did I? Where was it? Okay, yeah, 37 more employees this quarter in quarter 2. This will continue, but not quite at that pace. So they're going to be increased. Their employee count is going to increase an insane amount. This means there's more work that's going to be done. If they're getting more demand, it's only reasonable for the supply to increase after the demand increases. There you go. Okay, there's more demand of the Sapphire. We need more workers to get that stuff done and effectuate the actual sales. That's why we're getting so many people. And we saw 13 shipments, which was, this is honestly, if I had to describe, again, if I had to describe in one word, I'd say it's boring. We shipped 13 Sapphire systems. That's basically right in between my estimates and like the Bears estimates. Mine was like, here, let's go to mine. Let's go to my estimates and see how off I was on my base and my bull, bear, and on my bear, bull, and base case scenario. Not there. Let's go down here. Okay, so I said, yeah, this was off on all of mine. I said 15 Sapphire installments. Here's the thing. I overshot the Sapphire sales, but I undershot in an insane amount, and I actually did talk about this. So I did get I did get the revenue prediction pretty much right, but the stop price prediction obviously way off. Way fucking off. But yeah, we did get a huge consumable increase, but we didn't get as many shipments in the sales. And 13, although 13 doesn't sound like super sexy, that's still higher than we got last quarter. Last quarter, we only got 11. And I don't really care if we can, theoretically speaking, if we were to only continue at a slow pace of the Sapphires, only getting 13 to 15, maybe 20 on a good quarter for years to come, that's not going to be good for the stock price in the next few years. But like super long term, you're still going to go up 1,000%. And the reason is because, and this is why it's so safe to hold on to the stock, in my opinion. You're only increasing your revenue every single year, and profitability is essentially guaranteed, in my opinion. Okay, as long as they're selling at least like 10 Sapphires a quarter, which that's only going to increase. The company projects that it increase. We're only going to be getting closer to profitability. So with that being said, I'm going to read some comments here, and we're going to get out of here though. We're still not going to $1.50. No, absolutely not. Thresh is still totally wrong on that. Okay. If anything, this makes you more confident in the company. And of course, Thresh won't acknowledge that 226% year over year is better than any of the other stocks he holds right now. None of the bears will acknowledge that. All the bears will do is nag you, and they're already nagging me. I can already see in the chat some of them are saying one person already called me crazy, right? Okay, if you think I'm crazy, what the hell are you doing here? Like, go buy your short positions on BNGO if you think I'm crazy. But they're not gonna mention the fact that we've got consumable revenue that's increasing. They're not gonna mention that we're expanding the business or that we have 4 to 5 million samples in cytogenetic labs annually, and that's only with the 2,500 that are worldwide, right? 2 to 4 billion annually. That's how much money we'd be making if we actually get 10,000 Sapphires installed. 37 more employees this quarter. Business expansion is here. Gross margins, literally, they expected to increase. They increased unexpectedly this quarter, and they're continued to increase. They said they were. They said, what do we got? We got the 5 large clinical studies. We got great progress there. Maybe not great progress, but good progress there, right? Everything's on track. Everything's looking good. We got into one of the largest diagnostic institutions. Okay, I mean, it wasn't amazing, but it was good, right? It was kind of what we expected. They're making good progress. They're working hard. There's a lot of challenges, but they're doing well. That's pretty much kind of what I took from this. Everything was, as far as the numbers, everything was essentially around expected, right? This is exactly what we expected, right? It fell under, and I actually said this, right? The only thing that I actually got like perfectly right on my predictions was the revenue. And that was my only. I mean, I said two things. I said we're going to get good revenue, and I said we're going to go higher. One of those things happened. One of them didn't. One of them actually. I mean, we're flat. We're flat after earnings. We'll see what tomorrow brings, but in my opinion, we should be up a little bit right now, and we did hit the base case. We hit in between there, right? I projected 4 million. We got 3.9 million. So we're still doing well. We're still on our way to global Sapphire adoption, in my opinion. All right, let me read some stuff here. Are the earnings out yet? Yeah. Where you been, my friend? I think we were just seeing how long it would take for the market to catch up with our excitement. This is overall still good. I would still say, although the reason why I don't seem super happy with this is because, number one, I was expecting us to go up 5% or at least be up 5% or higher than that, right? But then the webcast started, and for some reason we went way down. Also, I know that a lot of you guys are pissed off. And I'm going to say right now to everyone that's like wondering to give up on BNGO, if you have to ask yourself the question of giving up or not, you maybe want to either do more research and then decide, or just give up right away, because it's probably not for you. It's probably not for you if that's the case. If you're thinking, I'm done with this, I'll buy back in at 50 cents, if you're thinking that, 226% year-over-year growth. Does that sound like a number that a company would have before they're going to go bankrupt or go down to $1? No, absolutely not. Absolutely fucking not. We beat estimates, my friends. It was still overall good. There was nothing in the earnings report or the conference that cautioned me to pair any shares. I would have definitely liked Eric to be a little bit more empathetic, understanding, literally it doesn't seem like I love Eric. Eric's great. I know he's weird, he's good. I'm weird as well, right? I understand it. An introvert, maybe. He doesn't like speaking, maybe. He speaks fine. He's articulate. He's very intelligent. I wish he understood that with the investors, he needs to say stuff like they expect high growth. They expect high Sapphire sales. If they could just give us, if he could just say if he's confident in getting 10,000 Sapphires installed. For me, I don't know if other people would care about that, but for me, that's what I want. We didn't get any of that really, but we didn't expect to really. They're just not that kind of management. They don't really give clear guidance like that. They don't really give clear expectations usually. All right. Yeah, they did pay. Did they pay off a little bit of debt? They did. They said they did, but the total liabilities and the debt. Let me see here. The long-term debt is 0. Okay. Hold on. They have 0 long-term debt now. They have more long-term contract liabilities, and they have. Okay. Wow. Wait a second. How many? I have to compare this to what we did last time, though. Why can't they say what last quarter was? That's annoying. That's very annoying. Okay, well, does anyone know off the top of their head how many liabilities we had at the end of last quarter? Yeah, let me just go to that. Let me just find it out real quick. Let me just do. Well, you know what? Here, I'll do that before the video tomorrow. We got to end the stream here pretty soon. All right. Earnings was a win, I'd say, for everyone. Could have gone much worse. Pretty much. Bulls expected earnings to be here. Bears expected it to be here. It landed right in the middle, I would say. We got a huge revenue beat, and we got a huge expense miss or beat, I guess, depending on how you look at it, right? We got way higher expenses than we expected. Well, I don't know exactly. I don't know it. We've liquidated 25 million, or not. We've liquidated 15 million in liabilities from in the year over year from the start of 2021. Okay, here we go. I don't know if they did this quarter or last quarter, because they don't have what we were at last quarter. They only have what we were at of last year, or the end of last year, I guess. So start of this year. That's probably just confusing more. But we did get rid of 15 million in liabilities over the last 6 months. I don't know if that happened this quarter or last quarter. I have to look at the filing that we had for at the end of quarter one, which I can do right now. You know what? I can't help myself. I'm just going to do it right now. I'm just going to see if I can do this math real quick. If I can find it, I'll look for it. Here, no. Here we go. All right, I need the second. Here we go. Right. Perfect. All right, hold on. Let me do some quick math here. Quick math. This actually is. I want to see how much debt we actually paid off this quarter. Okay. All right. Okay. Wow, that's actually really good. Wait a second. Okay, so total liabilities is 15 million there, and right now it's only 10 million. Okay, interesting. Why didn't they say this? Okay, all right, let me pull this link over here so you can actually see that I'm not making stuff up. Here we go. All right. So to my understanding, we paid off about almost 5 million. Well, not paid off. Well, we did pay off. Here, let's see. We have 5 million less in liabilities. Okay, so this is the one that is this is the new one, right? Or is this the new one? Okay, no, this is the old one. This is the new one. Okay. Yeah. All right, so look right here, this column right here, total current liabilities, 10 million. Okay? And after last quarter, we had 15 million. Boom. Okay, look at this. Long-term contract liabilities, 22 million. Now we only have 10 million. Beautiful. So it looks like we did liquidate some stuff, and that helps our liability number a lot. But subsequently, although the cash looks a lot worse, right? The cash is now the current assets right now is only about 332 million or something like that. Yeah, something like that. And now, or no, sorry, it's 341 million for the current assets. So we only decrease our assets, and was this below? Yeah, we decrease our assets by about is that okay? No, so that is 30 million, about 28 million or 27 million. Yeah, and we decrease our cash by exactly 30 million. So it's a little bit. I don't understand that. Why is that? They must have done something else with it. Anyways, okay, ape language here. Ape language. Basically, I would say our liabilities decreased by a substantial amount, and our assets decreased by a substantial amount. So it's not the end of the world. And this is another reason why I think this is an overreaction on the expenses, why we're not up right now. We're not up. We should be up a few percent easily. Okay, easily we should be up a couple percent right now if people understood that with a company like this. And in my opinion, that expenses are not as important as revenue. If I had to pick one, revenue is what I'll pick, and 10 times out of 10, it's because it's more important. You can get a better idea of what. Imagine, let me put you a scenario, okay? Let's say it was the opposite. This will articulate it perfectly. Let's say we missed revenue, but we got less expenses. We are plummeting. Imagine if we got a miss on revenue. We would be plummeting because people would be like, "Oh crap, the Sapphire's not selling. The Sapphire is the company's future. It's over. We're going down 10, 20% easily if we get miss on revenue." Okay? If our expenses were slightly less or even significantly less than we were expecting, that doesn't matter. Do you think people are going to care about expenses when you're not selling the product as much as you should? No. Okay? And this is one of the reasons why this is an overreaction. That's what it is. And with that being said, all right, I'm done now. We're going to look at some comments, and then we're going to get out of here. All right, because we've been streaming way too long, and I don't think I'm gonna be able to do a video tonight. Maybe, I don't know. Short-term liabilities is really nothing. It's basically the cost they have for ordering inventories. I feel like we're going to be stagnant in the price action until something big happens. Red day, green day, rinse and repeat. Yeah, I do. And I actually, as the earnings was happening, I was thinking we're going to have to decrease our quantity of streams, unfortunately. And that's going to happen anyway because school is starting in a couple weeks now, right? So we're going to have to decrease the streams. I'll still make a video probably every day on BNGO, or at least a lot of times a week. But I don't know if we're going to be able to do it the stream quantity that we have been doing. This was the day. Today was the day of reckoning. It was supposed to be the day of reckoning. And, I mean, it was and it wasn't. You know, it was more of like a day of meeting that, I don't know. It was mediocre. It was overall good, but barely. You know, I guess, yeah. I mean, for me, it was better than barely. But for everybody else, it was nothing, right? We're not even moving. Stock price isn't even moving right now. No way, Brandon, we need more. Well, the problem is, I'll tell you what, we can do more, but I'll have to find other stocks, because what this earnings report tells me and what the webcast tells me is that unless high growth starts skyrocketing, BioNano's stock price is going to be flat. It's most likely going to be flat for a while, man. Which is, I mean, it is what it is. It's gonna stay right. It's literally gonna just stay exactly. Look at that. It literally stays exactly where my cost average is. So much in these last few weeks, but that's likely what's gonna happen based on what we just saw. Which that's good and bad. So it depends on how you look at it. All right, man. We need more, Brandon. I'm glad you guys think so. Christopher Alpha, I appreciate that. When we start getting momentum, I will definitely, obviously. And what the hell is Microvision go? What is this? They make under $1 million and they go up higher than we do with a higher market cap. What is the explanation on that? There's got to be some explanation on that. I don't follow Microvision anymore, so I don't know. We're selling a Sapphire every week and will accelerate. A year ago, nobody would have believed it. A year from now, good stuff. Hell yeah, man. They paid off all long-term debt. Don't worry about short-term liabilities. They have to buy inventory, which is short-term liabilities amount to. Deflation going to knock inflation fears down. All right, everybody. Thank you so much. Will you let us know to sell BNGO if no progress? I'll give you my unbiased perspective always. That's always my goal, obviously. But I'm not selling BNGO after this. No. My long. Although the sentiment right now is like boring and mediocre and average, nothing to really see here with the earnings. I mean, literally, you wouldn't even, looking at the after hours price, you wouldn't even guess that earnings was today. There's no volume, and literally we just had a little spike. That's it. And the long-term outlook is the same for BioNano. The long-term outlook is this: Sapphire is better than everything else in the world. What it does, once we start getting over and continue overcoming the challenges that we have for adoption, because of the auspicious business model that is better than PatBio's and better than most other business models, because the ink and cartridge sort of business model with the consumables, profitability is inevitable, and $1 billion in profit is inevitable. Right? It's 10 years down the line, 5 years, 15, whatever it is. We're gonna moon. It's only a matter of time. I don't know when though. Right? It's dependent on if the Sapphires sell. Yeah, pretty much. And now we're back to even in after hours. That's crazy. That's crazy, man. All right, guys. Thank y'all so much. Got a guitar? Nope. I mean, actually, I just want to go eat real quick, honestly. So, plus we're not even green. I mean, we did get a beat. It's bittersweet. Like, I want to play guitar, but we're not even, the stop price isn't even moving. Although this is overall good, slightly good. That's my take. That's what I'm thinking right now. It's overall slightly good. I don't know if it's good enough for that, especially with our expectations. That's the real reason why it's so bittersweet, because we were expecting something great. And we were right. We projected the revenue, and that lined up exactly with our estimates. 3.9 is exactly, that's like literally exactly in my range and a lot of your guys' range for the projection. Although people are overreacting with the expenses. That's why we're not up right now, unfortunately. But hey, long term, nothing has changed long term. This is still a company that I am still going to risk everything, the channel and my whole portfolio for. Absolutely. Because there's no other company out there that has a product that's better than everything else in the world at what it does with such a small adoption right now that just has growth ahead of itself with a relatively low market cap. I would say I still think we're undervalued. Absolutely. So, all right. Thank y'all so much. And, all right, we're out of here. We'll talk more about this. I'll probably have a short video coming out later. Yeah, we'll do one video tonight recapping this, and then we'll stream tomorrow. Yeah, we'll stream tomorrow because it's the day after earnings. There might be some extra volume. We'll stream tomorrow. Yeah, so I'll see you guys then. All right, thank you all so much, man. Here's the portfolio. And with that being said, this is not financial advice. I will see y'all in the next one.